PizzaFellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
Welcome, everybody. We are here, episode 2 of the PizzaFellas podcast. Episode 2 of the PizzaFellas podcast. Tonight, we are going to focus a little bit on social media. We also will touch base. We have a partner. We won't say it now, but someone who gave us some pizzas. We're going to try pizza from his pizza shop. Very successful place. A little bit later on. That to come. Right now, again, I'm Sal Ruffino.
Antonio DeFlora.
Joe Ruffino.
Oliver Nasri.
Fuck him.
Special guest in the house tonight. Special guest in the house.
Yes.
We
Special
got our man
guest.
Jerry from the Crust, and we got Jay from over here, Caddy Corner.
Yes.
Don't forget, too, he's opening up another place up in Nazareth, so everybody keep that in mind. Our boy Jay, proud to be a partner here and be part of us all. The Crust and Caddy Corner. Special guest tonight, so you're going to hear a lot of good laughter in there, everybody.
All right. Let's start it off here. Social media. So, Antonio.
Social media. Here, I got a great fact here. More and more independents should be utilizing social media. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, websites, you name it, you should do it. It actually generates business, and I'm going to tell you how. I didn't know this until I looked this shit up today, but 3 billion Facebook users, 3 fucking billion people, billion with a B, 60% are consumers.
Wow.
That's 1.8 billion that are consumers. I'm not saying take 1% of that because you're not going to take it because it's per market. But imagine that. Second thing, the fastest way for exposure we're talking about pizzerias or restaurants, whatever you want to call it, is social media. Exposing your brand. You got something, put it on Facebook. Put it on Instagram. It sells. People eat with their eyes. They still do, because look at me. I'm in the best shape of my fucking life, and I'm 100 pounds overweight.
I've had it, buddy.
Yeah. Again, you sell more through exposure. Then you build loyalty and trust with customers, right? They see it, they like it, they come back over and over. It's repetitive. They have trust in you. Beautiful. You're gaining ground. That's only like 10%, right? But you got to drive your brand and believe in your brand. What do I mean by that? You could say you have the best pizza in the world. You probably do. I don't know. But exposing it to not only that the people that are walking through your door, but the people that are not walking through your door, not walking in your door. Expose it. I always have this theory. As I'm a salesman, you knock on 10 doors, at least one of them are going to talk to you. Same thing with social media. You blast it out to 100 more people that you never had. I always go to the 1% or 2% people that are going to actually come to you and try it. So that being said, if you blast it out to 100 people at 1%, on an average ticket of $25 or $35, listen, you got yourself $100 that you never had at the end of the day. Okay? What's the other thing? Customer reviews. I don't know if I'm going too fast into this, but customer reviews.
No, hold back. Get there with social media. You know, you're not going to blast it out to 100 people. It's going to be more than that.
I'm just using that number.
No, but I mean, everybody's got a following. So when you blast something out to that following, if you got 4,000 people following you and you just get on just a throw up there, you know, I usually say, look, we're going to throw a picture up there. We're going to do something.
Right.
Whatever it be, you get 384 views. You share it again, you get another 200 views. Well, now you're sitting at 500 and some people viewing that. So if you use 1, 2, 3% of that, so on every one of those, 3 people on every 100, that's 15 new customers, hopefully, that approach your place. So if your average spend is $32, $40, whatever it be, $25, there's the creative dollar.
Correct.
There's somebody. I mean, listen. I can say oftentimes you always can tell a person that follows you on social media when they walk in your store because they eyeball you and then they smile. They give you a little twerk, and that's a good thing because you're making a difference in somebody's life, not just for the food, but for what you represent and what you believe in. Again, I'll never say I make the best, but I'm going to do it with my heart out, and I think everybody that's in here at the table thinks the same thing, and most of the guys we talk to. So that's the key to social media, just on a singular point, saying what you can get out there, how you can expose yourself. I mean, just take the Detroits that we do. Just take, the sweet sauce that we do. Look, I mean, I make 22 quarts of it. I go through it in almost a week. 22 quarts is something that we joked about, right? We talked about it. We talked about smoking cigars at your house. Somebody make a sweet sauce, so we made it. And now it's people getting it on pasta, cheesesteak. So that's what you get from it. There's nothing the matter with something new, clothing, whatever. Show it.
And the other thing is, too, like when we're talking about the reach, imagine for $5 to $10, all you got to do is boost your post. So you spend $50 for a week. You went from reaching, say, 1,200 people for a small share on your private page to now you boosted it and reached a whole public. Now, what does Facebook do with that? Who are you really reaching? It's a wide range of variety. Like, for example, for $60, it says you can get anywhere from, say, 3,000 to 7,500 followers. So there's a wide, they save their butts a little bit if you're not. But it's still better for $5 to $10. Why not do it? And I don't think independent pizza shops do that.
No. The other thing, too, is the pepperoni pizzas and the mushroom pizzas of the world of 25, 30 years ago are gone. It's still there. It's not an evil. It's the foundation of the pizzeria. But if you're not innovative today, you're not going anywhere. You're really not. You have to expose yourself. It's like a wound. You cut yourself, it's exposed. Yes, you put a Band-Aid on it. But this is just the total opposite. You got to you got to interact with your customers, right? Do a giveaway. Every 100th, 3 likes, tag 3 people, 5 people, boom, win this, win that. It generates sales. It really, truly does. Because people are going to want to try it. Again, they eat with their eyes. So, get yourself a nice phone or have somebody do it for you. Boom, blast it, done.
I think a lot of guys, they'll look when they're doing social media. And, I mean, I know guys that have said this to me, and they'll say, like, oh, I'm out somewhere picking something up, getting produce, and they'll say, oh, you're all over the place, you're screaming and yelling. I'm not screaming and yelling. I'm selling me. It's no different than Angry Jerry selling him. It's no different than Jay selling him. It's what you do, each individual shop. It's the only time I'll say copycatting somebody, and we've talked about that.
Yeah, he just got copycatted.
There's guys out there, your consumer's going to say if you're innovative. Everything I do, and honestly, I think these guys just saw it the other day because we were trying to look on views, and they were like, what the hell's the matter with you? You can't see your view. I just do it. I don't even look back. What's behind me is behind me. I did that today. I rarely look at the comments, and if there's good, there's bad. Sometimes if it's a Saturday night, I'll stroll on there, and you know what? A lot of those people, when I tell them straight from my mouth how I feel, they take it down because they can't take being called a fucking idiot because of what they said. The guy's a fucking petroleum jelly guy in a garage that there's nothing the matter with it. But also he's got a comment on how you create a freaking pizza, and he knows more than Jesus Christ and the hallowed God. Hey, buddy, do me a favor. Change the oil and wipe your ass with it. I mean, that's how I fucking see it.
So I'll mention to you, and it's funny you said that about publicity, right? You remember years ago when I came into the shop right after you opened shortly?
Yeah.
And I said to you, some guy came in and got a sandwich. All he got was a sandwich. You gave this guy a fucking box. It was like a coffin. And I said to you, that's all the guy got after he walked out? You said, yeah. I said, well, that box costs money. He said, yeah. I said, so why are you giving him this big box with one sandwich in it?
It was a 5-pound sandwich. He had to carry it.
20-pound fucking sandwich. I don't care. But you said you're giving this guy one box. And I said, you can fit 6 more salads in that box. You said, I don't care. I said, so you don't figure your markup for that? Yeah, I do.
I do, but it's, it's a big sandwich, and you know what I said.
Right, but that wasn't what caught my attention. You said I mentioned to you, I said, this guy's probably going to throw that box out. You said, yeah, so go ahead. What's the problem? I said, well, it's right. It's going to go on the street. It's going to be out there on garbage day. It's going to be on the street. It's going to be blowing around. At the time, it had a name. Those boxes had a name. Your box had the names. It's Biagio all over the fucking thing. Mm-hmm. And what did you do? You said to me, yes, so what? He throws it out. I said, well, people are going to bitch, right? They're going to see the shit in the street. Oh, this fucking Joe. He's got his shit all over the place. Blah, blah. And
no news is bad news,
right,
as I said.
Right?
No news is bad
news.
And
then I happened to mention, because we talked about it, and you brought it to my attention. I realized, and I said, you know what? You're right. And the same thing I said to you, good publicity or bad publicity.
It's good for it.
It's like Lindsay Lohan. People are going to talk about it, whether it's good or bad, right?
True.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, and I realized that. And so what did I do? I ended up doing what he did. I branded my cups. I branded my pizza boxes. I branded everything. I couldn't even borrow fucking toilet paper from you because everything I needed when I ran out, I couldn't call you. You had your name all over everything.
You know, it's funny you say that because I love when I go to like Mac Trucks, right? We'll have a pizza. So Mac Trucks, shout out to Mac Trucks. My cousin Tony and Steve work there, so they got us some pizza. You know, let's do 200 pizzas, 300 pizzas. So I'm thinking in my head, my cousin afterwards, I'm thinking, like you're saying, all those pizza boxes are going to be spread across that warehouse, and when they're finished, they're going in the dumpster. So my cousin, every time he takes a picture before he leaves of like the garbage can, and it's 300 Biagio pizza boxes by the garbage can. So those people are walking. You have how many employees they have? Say 500 or more, whatever. Obviously, all eating those pizzas. But at the same time, that advertisement is priceless. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't buy that.
We don't buy it to keep it on the shelf.
No.
Right.
You know, it's going to get dust.
And
So
that's
you
what?
got to send it out there.
That's a brand.
Yeah.
You
That's
just
social
branded
media
yourself.
In itself. That's social media in itself.
And you mentioned earlier, what is there? 3 billion people?
3 billion on Facebook.
Get this.
60% consumers.
Right, 60% consumers.
1.8 billion.
2010, I could be wrong. Don't quote me, but I think 2010, there was 6.2 billion people in the world.
Right.
How many people are born a day? Think about that time, how many people died back and forth, but think about how many people...
Half the world is on Facebook.
Right, half of the world is on Facebook. Well, think about the countries that don't even let their fucking people
Right.
on social media.
Correct.
Majority of that shit is here.
Just twist the mic.
Majority of that shit is from here.
I think COVID had a lot to do with that too, with the big expansion and growth on
Absolutely.
On Facebook and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Getting back to some of your points though, what you said, my input would be, you had a very good point, Antonio, with boosting the posts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think, like what everyone says, people eat. You know, they look at pictures the way they eat, and you get something really good out there, and and you just push it out there, and then it's people who are sharing your post. You know, people who share it and stuff like that. I think that's very as valuable as boosting your post as well too.
For the life of me, I don't know how, and I see it. I don't know if you guys see it, but and we're talking about pizza shops here, right? So certain pizza shops will get pictures off the internet to show them that's their pizza. What the fuck are you doing?
That's bad.
Take a picture of your food.
Yeah, that's
What are you trying to accomplish? It looks like shit, number one. It's not you. You might as well fucking walk around with a mask on.
Listen, I could see French fries, a chicken fingers,
So
something simple, a spaghetti with a meatball and a tomato sauce.
So what?
Whatever. But your pizza is your pizza.
Right.
Correct.
So you should showcase what you provide.
Exactly.
Getting to that, when you do post, you know, there's a whole science about this, but you don't need to go to fucking school.
There is real quick though. You're right about that because they say if you post at this certain time,
yes.
If you post this, you'll reach this many people at this.
Yes, and that's true. That is true.
It's early morning.
Okay.
It's mid-afternoon.
3 o'clock, 2:30.
Right, and then it's at night at 5 o'clock. 5 to 7.
So wait, so let me ask.
Really? Because
Yeah.
5 usually people get out and they got kids sports. I was thinking like 7 to 8, 7 to 9.
Yes. So let me ask: as when you do this, technically, you have to understand that people they're at work. You're not supposed to be on your phone, but we all know everybody's on their phone.
Everybody's
How
on their
many
phone.
fucking times
Well,
do
now,
we tell people
now
put
they're
their phone
Apple
down?
Watch.
The watch, the phone,
The Apple Watch.
fucking sneaker shoe, whatever you got. People are on all day
They're all
long.
walking
right?
around the restaurant
Yeah,
like this,
right?
talking to
so
the fucking
they're on this
wrist.
all
Think
day
they're secret,
long.
You know?
So you have your break. You're going through your break. You go through your morning coffee. You this and that. If you're a union worker, you got 6 breaks a day. But you see, and I see when I post, I'll post something a certain time of the day. I'll get either 100 comments or I'll get one.
Right.
So you're right. It depends on what time you're posting.
Yes.
Here's another thing, too, another fact. You could post a picture of whatever product that you're putting out. Let's call, Jerry at the Crust, he's putting out a tricolored grandma pizza, right? That's great. But he had more interaction when he made a video about it, interacting in making it, putting it in the oven, taking it out, cutting it, eating it. That's what people want to see.
Being personalized.
I actually
Correct.
got over 2,000 views. I actually got over 2,000 views on that, right?
There you go.
And I don't really do TikTok. That's probably where I should be because, to be honest with you, we have to understand that I do Facebook, right? But most of the people now, the younger generation, don't do Facebook. Our age does Facebook. Most of the kids now are on TikTok. They're on Snap, Instagram. So I lost a lot of people on Facebook. And where are they now? They're all on Snap, Instagram, TikTok. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that.
But at the same time, those people aren't really spending money either at your place.
I think, truthfully,
that younger age.
you just got to keep forging ahead with what you got. Dissecting and saying TikTok and going here and going there. If you do something that's wild on Facebook or that gets caught on fire, trust me, people are going to see it. Especially when
it's all interconnected.
Ourselves,
yes,
it's all interconnected. It's all the same.
They want to kind of see the real guy come out. Like when you come in the store, somebody sees me, hey, how are you? Good evening, this. I'm not the guy that's on Facebook at that moment. But when I'm on Facebook, I get, especially as of recently, I get generalized. I get energized in a big way, and that's the way it should be. We got to be energized to do what we're doing. I see more and more, I do see, it comes to my phone, stupid shit. Like what the hell are you doing? And I look at that and I say to myself, what is with this? There's genuine shit and there's ignorant shit. And ignorant shit is like the stuff that they want to take a piece of me or you or somebody else that's doing it. You're genuine. I'm genuine. How you're doing it is presenting yourself. Other guys, they're fighting through. Who wants to be Rocky Balboa? Who wants to be Vito Antifermo? Who wants to be La Casanova? You know what I'm saying? Be yourself.
But the fun thing is when someone comments negatively on something, you have a great fan base, right?
They'll go after him.
You just sit back and watch and enjoy the comments.
Well, they're taking their time since you're trash, right? And the person, the guy, whoever the fuck they are saying this.
Right.
That means they're taking time out of their day that they'll never get back.
Right.
To comment on your shit.
I got one better than that. Think about it. That fool trolls you and has nothing to their life better than have the desire to troll you and wait for their one moment to interject their stupidity. It isn't worth the time of day unless it gets to the point where it's like a personal attack. That's when you get on there and say, go fuck yourself directly from me. And you'll see how fast they're in shock.
But here's the thing.
But you got to watch how you put that on because...
Fuck that, no.
Jerry, you put it straight on.
They did it.
Fuck yourself.
Yes,
they did it.
Get knocked down. And then what happens? You get blocked for 30 fucking days by jerk off.
But listen.
Fuck
Do I want to say his fucking name?
I think all of Catasauqua was against Caddy Corner. Right? The fucking nail in here. The fucking thing over there. The guy fucking did this there.
That's like the fucking the people that whine and cry and complain.
Understand, but negative exposure is still exposure.
Yes, publicity is publicity. We talked about Lindsay Lohan before, right?
Yeah.
Trash, but forgive me, Lindsay. I don't know if I'll ever meet you, but trash.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Didn't we meet them?
Fuck her. I don't like her.
I don't know. I am not.
Look at that one instance, going back to what you said. If you have a good fan base, they'll come back. Look at that attack that we had on Facebook with someone supposedly found a screw on their burner.
Yeah, in their fucking brain, they probably took it out.
Right.
Do you know how positive that all turned out?
Of course.
I mean, everybody was
It always
there.
does.
I thank them all.
And the reality of it,
they all
people
knew
see.
it.
They were just people out there that genuinely are just out for something. And it's just what you deal and how you deal with it. You take care of business, you move on. I mean, a lot of the times, stuff that could happen with us. Today, we had a situation. The guy calls up. We had a giant order. Situation happened with the pizzas. They got on the phone, and they're like, this, and I said, just How many do they need? It's coming right back now. That was it. Solved.
And that's all it takes.
I'm in the midst. I got 20 slips up there. We got other pies to make. We've got deliveries got to go out. Solve it. We're busy. And then the guy was happy as anything. I was like, hey, tell them we're sorry. They're coming down right away. Within 15 minutes from that moment, they were in a car, back down there, satisfied. Everybody's still eating. That's it. Situation conquered.
And you need to know your customer because
it's
when you're dealing with someone
right.
like that, they're reputable.
They're reputable.
They do it all the time. They say, listen, hey, there's a small mistake, no problem. And
Right.
what do? We fix it. Because a lot of people don't realize that's what we want to do. We want to fix the mistake.
Correct.
Because you're our customer. We want to make sure it's correct.
Correct.
I'm sorry I made a mistake. Joe, you fixed it. You send it out. But there are people that make a fucking living on doing this.
They bash people. They don't
I
understand.
don't mean bash. I mean, somebody may say, hey, my pie was burnt on the bottom.
Okay.
You might know.
Call me.
Right. Call me. But what do? What are we here for? They go right to social media. Oh, this guy gave me a pizza. It was burnt. It was all fucked up. Whatever. I'm not going there again. You know what? 99.9%.
Give us a call and let us
call the
straighten it out.
shop.
Yeah.
We'll fix it for you. But you can't call me 4 days later. Hey, I had a pizza and it was burnt. You know, I'm not going back to 4 days later on my transactions. You know what I mean?
You're 100% right.
I want to make sure if I make a mistake, I want to fix it that night. We don't do a
100%.
book of credit.
Well, real quick, while we're on the like the customers who leave the bad reviews, my dad and I were going up to Slatedale Monday, and on the way we're riding.
Where the fuck is Slatedale?
It's somewhere in the Dale or
Somewhere where Jesus lost his fucking slipper.
There's one road. There's a U.S. Post.
There's
even get
cows,
there? What do you
there's
take?
sheep,
I
there's
don't even. 309. We went past
We were like
Timbuktu.
driving for 30 some
Slatedale?
minutes, man.
There's one road.
There
There's
were
a
two
church.
Not
cars
Slatington.
that passed on the road.
Slatedale.
Two cars, when we were there for 45 minutes, 2 cars passed on the road. You could have had a dinner in that middle of the road, sat down with a beach chair, they would have gave you time
This
to
is off
get up.
309.
Yeah,
I don't even
I don't even know.
I have never
But
been. Beautiful country. I'd love to own
I
like
think
100 acres.
population maybe of 1,000. I don't know.
If
Maybe.
that.
Anyways,
I
so
gotta
we're
look this
on
shit
our
up.
way up.
Slatedale?
There's not even a restaurant there.
On our way up, we're listening to the Pat Bev David podcast, and they were talking about how why don't they? You remember they said they want to start that company where they have bad reviews, and the people review the employees or review bad customers. So these employees all nowadays think, hey, they'll go on social media. This boss is an asshole. He didn't give me my tips. We've seen this on Facebook all over. People bashing owners. See, listen, these employees, okay, are working to pay their bills. For them to come bash an owner and then not have any repercussions. So there should be a website where these employees, when they go to our restaurants, any
Employees
business,
and customers.
and
That's what
employees
they
and
would-
customers,
It's a multi-million-dollar industry
right?
they want to open
That
up.
you are now in a file on an online website, and previous business owners that you were employed with can give you a rating, so that when you move on to your next job, they can give you a rating just like you gave them a rating.
Of why they left and all
Why
that
they
shit.
left
Same with
and
consumers.
what
The
they
truth.
are.
So if
Are they a good employee or are they a bad employee?
They want to monitor consumers with their negative
Oh my God,
aspects.
this fucking
And so-
lighter.
And then what they'll do is...
How the
look
fuck
at
you
what
shut this lighter off?
They'll give them a
Close the
number
lid,
on how
buddy.
many times they're constantly bashing people. Because
Joe
some
talks
people
shit. I
live
don't
for
know.
that.
Yeah.
They live
that yours?
for the negativity.
course
They
it
just
is.
have nothing inspiring in their life.
Doesn't Indeed do something similar to that?
Fuck them too. They take all this money for nothing.
So you know,
Yeah, but
you gotta
Indeed
remember
is...
something.
All those, we tried that.
Fuck you, Indeed.
So yeah, so you'll have right. So you'll
$25
have.
a phone. We're not
Fucking
getting,
$500 to do
You
nothing.
gotta remember something.
we're not getting sponsored by them.
Fuck them. We
No.
don't need them.
So you gotta remember something. There's always good and bad in things, right? So you tell me a story about something that happened, and then Joe tells me a story, right?
Right.
There's his, hers, and the truth.
Right.
So somebody can go in and bash a fucking employer. Oh, this
Right.
guy didn't pay me.
Right.
Well, actually, he paid you. He paid your taxes too, and kept paying everything else until you were finally done. But you're saying you're missing $1, right? So what if it's a negative review over something? How do we know what the right side of something is or the wrong side?
But you got to put up facts, bro.
Right. You got to look at the reputable business that you're dealing with.
Correct.
Repetition.
Repetition,
So what
right?
they're talking about is if this person A, whether it's a consumer or it's an employee, their system would evaluate. So after you get to 5, 10, 15, of course you have an evaluation. So if you have 15, this A employee or consumer has 15
he's done.
negative rants, at some point there's some kind of genre there that should be able to say, evaluate this and say, all right, we got a white flag here.
Right.
All right, something's the matter. This person is a consumer or this is an employee that needs to be looked at. So all of a sudden you go on, you pay a fee, whatever it is. I'd pay a fee for that. I mean, I look at who these people are. The thing about social media is they can talk stupid and think you don't know who they are. Hello, ding dong, donkey's ass. Listen, we push on your profile. We find out all your likes and things. And if you're somebody that's making a fake one, we can see that right away. And then we make a file on you, especially if it attacks your family. Then you put it in the file.
It's generally your family.
Because seen this you have to know who this person is saying these nasty things about. Who knows if we've had it taken to the extreme. We have people arrested already.
Oliver,
because it went from social media.
What do you got going on there?
To a person showing up at the store.
The hat's got to go, Oliver.
It had to go. Right.
All right, let's see it. Let's see it, Oliver.
So here's a post just an hour ago, Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops. The guy posts, first time going to a restaurant. I don't want to name the restaurant. He says the garlic knots were horrible. They were burned, left bad taste in his mouth. First time there, never tried again. So this cocksucker's evaluating a pizza shop that's pretty busy for where they're at and giving them negative review. But here's how it shows the bad turns into good. Then there's another post here from a woman who says she was there on Saturday, hour and 30-minute wait, phone ringing off the hook.
Means they're
just
busy.
Waiting for a pizza. Right. And she said she was happy to wait that hour and a half, and she was lucky to get a pie because it was so busy. So, you know, here's
just goes to show you that one little asshole doesn't mean anything.
But guys,
I always say this: the weakest are the loudest.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do you go to McDonald's and get cold fries? You still go back 100 times.
And let's not forget, we're not properly staffed yet.
Nobody
I don't think we'll ever be.
Nobody is. I mean,
okay?
We're down
so an hour and a half wait is not bad. I was in Puerto Rico last week. Puerto Rico.
By the way, how was the food?
I was in Puerto Rico last week, and we waited. I'm not even fucking playing.
All right, go on, buddy, please.
I'm not even fucking joking. 2 hour wait, hour and a half wait, hour and 45 minutes. I had to stiff this guy a fucking 20 to get into a fucking restaurant. Right hand to God. And he let me in.
How was the food?
Listen, the food's good.
You gave him a stiffy?
I didn't give him a fucking stiffy.
Well,
I gave him a fucking stiff $20 bill.
Listen, I'll tell you. You want to hear one better? Here's a local
gave
place.
Him a stiffy.
So I'm celebrating my 36th anniversary. Listen, I'm celebrating my 36th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I come home, I leave the shop. We're short, but I was like, it's my 36th anniversary. I come home, I want to take my 2 grandsons, my daughter, my wife. We're going to go out to eat. Now I walk in my Biagio stuff, and it's a nice place. I'll go back, but we had an experience.
Oh, this is right after work, Joe?
This is after work.
Okay.
So I walk in, and normally when I go there, right away we're ordering drinks. I didn't order drinks. I ordered San Pellegrino. You could just see the response by the server was like, oh, here we go. No drinks, no tip here. This, just the whole demeanor changed when San Pellegrino was being ordered and, lemonade, the half and halves were being ordered. But that has nothing to do with it. Well, long story being short, we ordered our appetizers. And we're about 45 minutes out. I got my grandkids, and this has never happened. There's nothing there. So we're talking at the table. I says to my wife, I says, Jesus Christ, I says, and as I'm saying that, I said, the food's not here. I don't understand what the hell's going on. And
can I ask you, was the place busy at the time?
No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
This
is why I was asking.
It wasn't busy at the time. There was, at least, it was not. Again, I'm not trying to bash. I'm just explaining a situation. It's an off night, I guess. So somebody walks by and says, sir, what's the matter? I says, well, our food's not here. I said, listen to me. I says, whatever's ready, bring it out. If they started preparing the main meals, I can't wait. I'll pay you for the whole thing. I says, you guys could give the food to someone. I says, give us just what's ready in the window. That's it. Well, that leads into another 10 more minutes. Oh, so everything's coming out hot. We didn't even get 2 of the appetizers. And then they came out, and the guy's like, I got desserts for you. I was like, I don't want nothing. I want to pay for the meal. I'm not going to complain. But this is a place where if we got the whole meal without alcohol, I'm $250 in.
Easy.
Right.
$250 in.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
One
Entrees
steak's
never
85.
came.
No kidding.
And you know what? it's not even a factor that. Don't give me an excuse you got one person working on apps. Listen, we do, I may be fast food, but we'll do 550 tickets on a Friday, all right? And we get it done. Fine dining or no fine dining, get it done. Don't give me excuses. And then if you're making excuses, the soup should be hot. It shouldn't be, the cheese on top shouldn't be coming out. It's been sitting. No, I didn't go crazy. I just paid my bill, got out of Dodge. I'll go back at some time. We'll sit on the bar.
Right. And
it was a bad day.
Right.
But it's not my entitlement to spend the money we spent to go out and bash them.
Right.
And I'm
So
not
you didn't leave a bad review, right?
But never. And I left. The bill ended up being what they charged me because they took off. It was like $88. I left $120.
Right.
That's what it, cash on the table. Boom. Here you go. That's it. I'm out of here. And then the kicker to it was, I got 3 desserts for you. We get home, we open it, we got 1 dessert. Even, you know what? I'm not a dessert guy.
So
right. I was happy because I even said I'm not a dessert guy.
But I'm going to get into something with you right there. But the fact is, you went. But,
He's not a dessert guy? Time out.
Hold on.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
We
Hold on.
went to the
Yeah,
we
Bryce,
started
hold
at the
on.
beginning.
Hold on.
Wait,
Wait. I'm not.
Candy.
I'm not. He's not a dessert guy. I'm fucking sitting in his pizzeria yesterday. He goes, he's yelling at me across the dining room. He goes, I got something for you. You didn't need a long time. What the fuck is this guy making? I got something for you. Don't go nowhere. I got something for you. I'm like, all right.
He brought you a fucking cannoli.
No. You ready for this? I swear to God. He shows up with a plate with fucking raisin toast with marmalade on it. He goes, here you go.
Fig marmalade, by the way.
That's serious
Purple
shit.
fig. That's serious shit. Top of the notch. He has because that's how long you haven't had it.
Because that's not on the menu.
And then he ate corn after that again.
We had sweet corn.
wait
Sweet
a
corn.
minute.
Shout out to Father Pete. Newhart's corn.
Newhart's corn. Yeah,
we're gonna get into
great corn.
Excellent corn.
You said corn.
Newhart sweet corn. Go and get it. It's the best
Hold
sweet
on.
corn around.
Where is this from?
Newhart sweet corn.
Okay.
Anybody who wants to know great sweet corn, go to Newhart's. It's up the street from the shop. The best.
I don't know if I should be
The best.
saying the name for this, but I'm gonna let this rock.
Go ahead.
Do whatever you want, buddy.
Everybody said that there was 730,000 people that went to Music Fest.
1.3 million.
Okay, 1.3 million.
Holy
Right?
maloney.
Let me get into this for a minute. All I heard about was the fucking aw shucks line. There was 4 lines, right, of registers, right? There was also double lines at each line. So to me, in my math, that's 8 lines of fucking corn, right?
Right.
The lines were so long, but they were so fast at how they were shucking out that corn.
Yeah.
Seasoning on it and everything. Let's figure this out. 1.3 million. Everybody said.
I'm not going in this guy's pocket right
No,
now.
I'm not going in his. I'm not going to go in his pocket. I don't want to go in his pocket.
I'm not going into his pocket.
I don't want to go into his pocket. But let's get into this for a minute, right? I'm going into the business this guy has, right? So
Every
we're
year.
Talking about, yes, every year we're talking about reputation, right?
Yeah.
So he had a line of 8 lines of people and waiting for corn. $7 a fucking ear of corn. Now, I will say, it's very good, right? $7, I'm not complaining about the price because of where you are.
Yeah, no, it's
You
what it is.
expect to
They
pay.
got a lot to pay. Listen,
Exactly.
those vendors are paying a lot of money.
They
a lot
are.
of money.
They're paying a lot of money
Much
to be
respect
there.
to those
All
vendors.
of this stuff.
Out in the heat,
Right?
Think about it. That's hard to
Right?
do.
They're also talking about all these people that were lined up for it. You said 1.3 million people. All I kept hearing was.
Would you say
everybody-
250,000 bought corn?
Hold on. 1.3 million people. Let's say half of the people were walking around with corn, because all I heard was everybody had this fucking shucks in their hand. 10%. Right? Think about that. Half of
100,000?
1.3 million. 100,000
So
what?
he said 10%. So 130,000, 1.3 million.
And don't forget who's getting
Whatever
the
the
VIG on
number
that.
is.
Bethlehem's getting the VIG on that.
Right. But think
Yeah.
about at $7 an ear of corn that this
There
guy
ain't
charged.
nobody complaining about a $7
No.
corn over there, huh?
Nope.
Nope.
Why am I paying $3 for a slice?
Right.
Good.
Thank you.
Why
is
is
where
pizza
I'm going.
so expensive?
That's
This is where
where
I'm
beer.
going.
That's where
You
beer
bought a
comes in.
fucking ear of
So
corn.
4 people get corn for $28. 4 people eat a pizza for $20. What's the difference? What's the problem?
You're no good.
And the corn isn't filling you up. It's making you
Couldn't fill your
delicious.
fucking cavity with a fucking ear of corn.
Hey, Juice.
You can't fill your cavity with a fucking ear of corn, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But yet you're gonna get that.
All right. Well, here, listen, guys. We're going to take a quick piss break. Relax. After the break, we will be back. We still have 2 more segments to come. We will be back. All right. Pizza Fellas, we're out. See you soon.
See ya.
It's a Pizza Fellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza talk with
Oh, we're
Sam
back.
and Joe.
You want
All
to
right.
go buy cucumbers?
Music was short. I thought it was coming longer. Anyway, listen, welcome back. Pizza Fellas Podcast 2 here. We got the whole crew in the house here. We got my son Salvatore Ruffino, Antonio DeFlora, Oliver Nasri. We got special guests tonight. Jerry from The Crust, Jerry Coppola. We got Jay Simrol from Caddy Corner. And, of course, yours truly, Joe Ruffino, Biagio Pizzeria.
Did you mention Oliver?
Of course, Oliver Nasri, Lehigh Valley Pizza Shops.
Fucking
All right,
dick.
And, best of all, the man of the hour, Justin Corsa, Internet. Don't forget, he's on the board over here.
Enter.net.
Enter.net. There we go.
He's smoking a fucking backwood.
Hey, it's all about
Why?
smoking whatever you
I'm
enjoy.
just saying. By the way, cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Money's
bitches.
tight. Money's
Pick
tight.
it
All
up.
right. All right.
Cheers, bitches.
Cheers,
Salute.
bitches. Salute. Salute.
The fuck is that?
Buffalo Trace, the bottle in the
Buffalo
middle of the
Trace.
table. All right.
All right,
so
here we
we're
go.
back here. So, guys, the other day, they came out with an article. This is Wall Street Journal. America's fight over tipping at restaurants comes to its biggest battleground yet. Okay? Chicago restaurants say they will have to boost prices, cut staff if sub-minimum wage proposal becomes law. So a national battle over tipping has come to America's culinary capitals. Servers, restaurant owners, and lawmakers in Chicago are debating whether waitstaff and other restaurant workers should be able to earn the city's minimum wage of $15.80 or for larger businesses. So right now, their wages isn't cut or dried. So basically what they're trying to say here is large businesses pay servers, bussers, bartenders, and other tipped employees a minimum of $9.48 an hour, with tips making up the difference. If their tips don't push their hourly pay of $15.80 minimum, law requires their employer to make up the difference. Now,
In Chicago, of all cities.
of all cities, real quick, side note, we know what Chicago is, a blue city. Unfortunately, the people who are watching, we know blue cities in America have not fared well over the past couple years.
Correcto.
So, back to this. Do you
Not to
believe...
interject, though, wasn't there a movie made there, Beetlejuice?
I don't know, maybe. I don't
Maybe that
know.
was that
I
the
was
last
born in
man?
88.
Looked like Beetlejuice to me.
Couldn't tell you.
Either way.
What were you going to say, Jerry?
I was going to say, by the way, do you realize a lot of states do that?
What?
If you don't,
Yeah.
What he's saying. So if your minimum wage is, let's use a silly number.
Is that for
$7.25 an
servers,
hour.
though? No, we're talking about tipped employees.
Right.
So we're not talking about that. We're talking about an employee who's a server who's say $5, right? $5.50.
What's in Pennsylvania, Jay?
For a server?
For a server?
Usually $4 to $6.
4 to what?
$4 to $6.
All right, so say $6. We'll give them the high. You're gonna tell me if we have a slow hour from 2 to 3, and I have a server on the floor, and she doesn't reach her $15.80 we're talking about independent pizza shops, right?
Right.
How many times you have one server on the floor, these small pizza shops, and they don't get even one table?
And it's
So
coming
now
out of your-
and it's coming out of the owner's pocket.
So who pays the taxes on that? The owner or the
The owner
employer?
pays that because the owner has to pay the
Yes.
taxes on her full salary.
I mean,
Yes.
this is chai time.
No.
Are you
We
kidding me?
have to
match. We have
Like,
to match.
This
We
just
have to
sounds
match
like
that.
this sounds like
So that-
something
so the
brought
server
up
gets
out of
away
a
with-
Magic
Doesn't
Hat.
make a difference whatever your salary is, no matter what the case is, and Joe will agree. I don't care if it's $10 an hour, $3 an hour, or $100 an hour. You have to match your local taxes and your, I believe it's the rest of the state. You have to match those taxes.
All I'm saying is
that doesn't make sense.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but
No, that's wrong.
Incorrect.
No,
That's incorrect.
It's coming out of it's coming out of.
It has to
Chinatown.
come out of the server as well. What do you?
Yes, no,
Everybody's gonna be a
server
fucking server.
The server pays that. The
It's
server
up to
pays that.
It's up to the server or your
But we
bartender.
match.
We got to get the accountant on. We got to get the accountant on.
Get the accountant on it, but we match.
No,
that.
I understand that,
We have
Jay.
to
What
match
I'm
their
saying,
locals.
what Antonio's trying to say is this. I know it's up to them to report their tips. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. He's asking, and correct me if I'm wrong, who has to pay now those taxes on that $7.80 that is trying to cover from her $9.48, or
Well,
even if it's $6.
here's the thing.
Wait.
$11.50. That's what we're saying.
On
so
the
if she
difference-
makes
on the
$6.
difference.
On the difference?
Who's on the
Difference, no.
difference?
Wait,
But
here's
whatever it
the
comes out to,
killer.
if it's
Here's the
15
killer.
an hour,
You're in the-
whatever their local is, we still have to match whatever we pay for. I
You
believe
got
it's
a 3-hour lull in the afternoon. You're in Chi-Town. That server that you got on for that 3-hour lull, everything's being tipped in cash. They got to be honest. They're coming to you and being.
They
come on,
should.
like,
You're right. They should
what-
be honest.
so now who's stuck for that bid?
You are.
What-
or I
that's
am,
what they're saying?
Or Jay is.
All right, I mean, let's be realistic here. Who can what happens if the table stiffed them?
Well,
What happens if they
right.
said, I got 5
Yeah.
stiffs? I mean, we have that happen all the time. People
that's
get
only-
up,
that's
they
only-
pay the check, and they run out of Dodge. It's a shame for the server. You feel bad.
But
I mean,
you
they're
know
coming
what?
up. Did they leave? I'm like,
It could
did we leave
also
cash?
push.
So you're making the server
No.
responsible for their own tables, whether it's a diner dash
But
or nothing like that.
a server
Which-
is responsible for the table.
Exactly.
They have
Which
to
is the
take
way
care
we
of
do it
getting
as
their
well.
bill paid. I mean, you just don't drop the bill and say, "Que sera, sera." Here, here's Doris Day and sing a tune and get like Marilyn Monroe under the fan, blowing your dress in the air. You're working. All right? It's no different than a customer coming at the counter and saying, "Give me 5 slices and this." You're not giving it. Pay the money. It's the same. The difference from the counter to the table is who's handling that table. So now you get a situation where you get stiffed. What the fuck is going on here? I mean, there's so many variables to this, but it's coming out of a city that's so fucking diluted in insanity. But you can't take it against them. This is what they're choosing to do. And then businesses still stay there.
It's not that, Flint. They're trying. The lawmakers are trying to pass it.
Yeah.
They're trying to do it. But I saw the article and I said, "What? That's crazy to me." Because some of these, you go to these higher end steakhouses in Chicago. You go to Philly, you go to New York, you go anywhere, Arizona. I've been to all of them. Believe me, I'm a big steakhouse fucking guy. I go all the time. I'd rather go there than go out. But you're paying this guy, even if you go to, and I love Top Cut. Shout out Top Cut. I think it's my favorite steakhouse in the Lehigh Valley. I go there. My boy John, shout out to John. He's a server there. If you go there, ask for John. John, I give him a great tip because I know he's working his ass off. And he pleases the whole table. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to get rough there when you say, look, you got to give a server $15.80 an hour. And then plus the tip.
But I mean, at
That's
the
a lot.
end of the day, it's Chicago. You're working in these restaurants, whether they're high end or just regular. If you're living in that city, paying the cost of living and can't afford the tip, then you should get out of the city. I mean,
Yeah.
And
And
this is a city too where the DA is saying if you walked out on a freaking $300 bill and it's under $900, well, you can't prosecute them because it's under the leverage what we consider being stealing. I mean, nobody's looked at the reality of that. When are you going to see when are you going to see the Guineas and Italians? Somebody come in and try to eat and then dash, and then the guy goes out with a freaking saute pan and says, "Hey, cocksucker, get over here!" And then the cops come and say, "That's not a crime. You're in trouble because you attacked them." This is where it goes to in these fucking crazy cities.
Our first segment was on social media, and this is where we use social media to shine the light on it. We had a couple dine-in dashes before. Put it right out there on social media. We tagged down the people, contacted them.
you should be able to put them
within
on
like
blast.
2 to 3 hours, we had the tab paid for
But the nerve.
server or the bartender.
Think about
that
it. The
got walked
fucking
out.
nerve of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People think, let's go in and I'm going to fucking leave. Where the fuck are you at? What kind of freaking fortitude do you have? What spine do you have? You don't have a spine.
But we'll see where that goes. I figured I'd bring it up. I thought it'd be an interesting
Yeah,
quick conversation.
it's a fucked up situation.
I'm just
See what
curious who
happens.
pays. Is it the server
That's
or the owner?
I got a thing.
Gotta dive into it and see some more and break
it's
it
probably
down.
the owner.
Probably the owner.
At the end of the day,
It's always the little
probably
guy.
the owner.
Always the owner,
And
It's always the
he's
little
the
guy.
guy who makes the most money. They
That's it,
say,
you know?
right?
Because
yeah.
after all, we're millionaires, aren't we?
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Everyone thinks
Right?
that.
People see what comes in the door, but they don't
See what goes out.
No.
That's the key.
Yep, and that's a whole nother podcast we'll get to in the future.
Shout out to Al Capone.
So we'll keep going.
Wherever you
on.
are.
I know.
Wait, he's in the White House, I heard. Isn't
Al
he?
Capone?
Yeah, isn't he?
Oh, don't even
Yeah.
start about that. Real quick, did you see
another
that?
podcast.
Real quick, I got to say
You
it.
leave the bag
Did
there.
you see that fucking idiot, Joe Biden, try to say that he had any remorse and he feels what the Hawaiian people feel. He understands what they're going through because one time in 2000, I believe 4, him and Jill Biden's kitchen caught on fire, and he saved his wife, his Corvette, and his cat. And I understand.
When he was in Delaware?
Yes.
I didn't hear that.
Now, these people just lost their fucking houses. People died. God rest their soul. Pray for them.
Pray for everybody.
Pray
in
for
Maui
everyone in
because
Maui.
I went there and
That
I
is
was on my
horrible.
honeymoon and
Very, very bad.
that city.
But
there
this
and that
guy has the
dock.
balls to come out in front of people that are devastated. Lives have been ruined. And he can say that?
He's a fucking idiot.
And people are out there. Anyways, we'll go on, but I have
That's a
to
different
say-
subject, Sal. You're getting
Yeah.
me. You're getting me
All
all
right,
wound
well,
up.
we'll
We're getting
get back.
wound up here.
He put his hand on a burnt car like he was the Pope.
Yeah.
He felt it.
He felt it. Yeah, the fucking...
Cocksucker.
Oh, my
Anyways,
God.
back here, Antonio, you got some notes I see
Yeah.
on social media.
So we left off with a couple of great and a lot of interjections here, but contests or other. Did I mention that contest?
You got into it. But
I got into it a little bit.
Contest, yeah.
Contests. Spark some contests.
Contest in what?
You could do
The eating contests I feel have died over the years.
Yeah.
Due to the health surge.
Well, no,
died over
contests
Next couple
in
months.
I don't know, post where you are, post what you want, interaction, stuff like that.
I'm just saying, like you
Yeah.
see man versus food, all that stuff, right?
Oh my God,
you
that
don't
guy
see
had
that
to
anymore.
stop it.
He had to
though.
stop. He almost fucking
he almost
died.
died.
No, people have high cholesterol.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Adam
was amazing.
He was good, but
was.
at the end of the day, the guy was eating
Now
himself.
to go
death.
back to the contest, though, I think contest in a sense of if you have a customer interaction, someone who interacts, like for example, on our Facebook page, which I think a lot of people should get involved with, and it's something that I've been thinking of. We have Facebook's top users. What are they called? The star. They get a star.
Oh, yeah.
like
Top
a
contributor.
top contributor, frequent flyer,
Oliver
whatever
should
you want
know.
to call it.
Top
right?
contributor.
Those we should have contests with those people, right? And whoever has the most interaction throughout a month gets,
Gives it
A VIP or-
get VIP, whatever.
Maybe you get a TV.
but that's
or
something
you know,
that's
do- I mean,
interesting.
those are things you can do. I don't think that's bad stuff to do. I mean, I've been considering it.
Gift
you
card
know?
giveaws.
Gift card
gift cards.
giveaways.
It's you know why?
you
Because
know.
even if you give a $25 to $50 gift card, say you give a $100 gift card, he's coming back 4 or 5 times,
Yep.
and he's still spending more. And even if he uses, it, he's still going to spend again.
I mean, it's.
And
I
it's-
think
it's
good
all
to treat
good.
people that way. We used to do a lot more of that before COVID, and I think COVID kind of like, how would I say it, just took away some of that aspiration. But I think now, I mean, hopefully everything goes good in the next 2 months from the shit you're hearing. But you can get back to that, I mean, we used to do Cannoli Fridays and Panettone December,
Oh, yeah.
where we gave away, 1,000 Panettones I would buy, and. But I did stray from that. Well, one of the reasons I did in the last 18 to 20 months was due to the cost of everything. I mean, things got so outrageously. Last year when I priced the Panettones and they gave it to me, I was like, holy shit, that's like $400 more than was the year before. Right. I was on allocation, but, it's $400 in a time where you're managing, the crisis of your business every week on a week-to-week basis. So
Because you don't know what's coming up.
you don't know what's hit. Electric's going out of the window, gas. So, but I think there's a way to try to bring that back in the fold, and I would think any place that's doing it is a good suggestion. It's not a copycat thing. It's just for your customers. You're giving back something to them, giving back to the community.
I do have to say though, Jay, you do a great job with your bar, showing promotions. I mean, every fucking night you got something going on.
Yeah, you do a good job at Catty
Karaoke,
Corner.
right?
That's karaoke in Lehigh Valley.
I mean, you get fucking packed for
come on.
karaoke.
Somebody give this man a belt.
But hey, he gives away TVs.
I do.
right?
Yeah.
You give away TVs.
Yeah.
For March Madness and for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We give away,
That's pretty fucking
usually
cool.
I give away 2 big screen.
That brings people in.
That's a good thing.
Especially
that's a good thing.
in where you were at in Catasauqua. For a family there that's maybe not too, doesn't have the means to get that size of a TV, and they come to your bar on a frequent.
I tell you what, it's great to see when you give away a TV and you see the reaction of some of the
Oh, it's
people,
awesome.
And it's your regular who comes in all the time.
And they win it,
And they
yeah.
win that TV.
Yeah.
What a great
well
feeling.
deserved.
What a great
To
feeling
reward
knowing
them.
that you're able to do that.
Because they support you.
And,
Right.
And just the publicity you get out of that alone is worth the cost of the damn TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. You
No,
know?
it's a
I mean,
good
and it all
thing.
goes back to social media advertising. There
You know
go,
what we
all
really
over
should
again.
what we really should say who they are. Because they're sitting here with us. I know we said it in the beginning, but now with this second segment, they should really introduce themselves and say who the fuck they are. They're sitting here
yeah.
drinking whiskey
Sorry.
and smoking cigars,
Let's
and nobody
go
knows
ahead.
who the fuck they are.
I'm sorry about that. Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Pitch to your place.
Well, my name's Jay Simmerall from the Caddy Corner Neighborhood Pub and Pie. Our location's in Catasauqua, 301 Mulberry Street. We sit right on the corner of Howardtown Road and Mulberry Street. This is our 5th year anniversary coming up. My son and I, Tyler, opened up the business November 26th of 2018, and we're very grateful for having the business that we had in the last 5 years. But more importantly, we're very grateful for meeting all you guys and having what
Great friends.
Yeah, we're good
great
friends.
acquaintances I made along the way, man.
Great
Oh, yeah.
friends.
Love you all. Love you.
Yeah,
all.
love you too, man.
So
Love you too.
we're also fortunate that we're opening up another location in Nazareth. We purchased the building, 398 Broad Street in Nazareth. It was the old Mama Joe's. Everybody knows that business. It's formerly Dublin's Pub right now. But, yeah, so that's a little bit about us. Appreciate
Nice.
you all.
When you taking over there, Jay?
What's that?
When you taking over the second location?
Oh, we took over already.
When you planning on opening?
Well, here's the thing. We wanted to open in October, but I think it'd be cool. We opened up Caddy Corner in Caddy on November 26th of 2018.
Okay.
Right,
I
right.
think we're going to shoot for doing this one. November
Amen to that.
26th
Good for that.
of,
Good
Is
for that.
that's near Thanksgiving, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you better fucking invite us.
Yes.
You'll all be,
Let's have
listen,
a
there'll be the private
Thanksgiving.
party scene.
Yeah.
It's like the screening before the movie. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We'll have to do a show or
I
something.
hope you have a
up there.
back room so we walk in and they're like, yeah, they're back there. Okay, then we
It's
go
funny
back.
you say that. We got a room downstairs that we're going to rent.
All right, there you
too.
go.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Then
All
we
right.
got
We got Jerry.
Angriest
Angry
pizza
Jerry.
man in the valley.
Angry Jerry.
So you got Jerry Coppola. We have the Crust Pizzeria and Restaurant. We opened up January 9th, 2016. It's been a great 7 3/4 of a year.
7
Great
and
people.
fucking 3/4. It
Excellent.
says.
Yeah,
Goes
3/4 of a
fast.
year.
Just say fucking 8 years.
It ain't 8 years yet, you prick. But hey, we've been good. We got a great fan base. People are great. It's been excellent. I learned a lot through the course of the years that I've been in my shop.
Amen.
I found out that this was a whole other side of the area. We're on the south side, 3043 West Emmaus Avenue.
Right by the dealerships.
Correct. Yep. Which, by the way, thank you to a lot of them.
You can shout them out. You're allowed.
Thank you. Vinart, Kelly, and also Scott. Those guys have been great. Kia.
Awesome.
Every one of them, they've been excellent to us. And without them and our famous customers, I don't know what I would tell you. We've been great. Things have been good. God's blessed us, and I'm proud. I'm happy.
I like that little twist.
Yeah, customers. I was going to say that. I heard that.
I'm going to somehow patent that.
And I gotta say,
Customers are amazing.
Here I thought he drank too much, and then I'm looking
I
at his
have
shirt.
not.
I'm like, oh,
and
That's a good shout out. That's a good shout out.
I gotta say, God bless them in another way as well. This is the only man on earth that makes mozzarella sticks. 700
Here we
mozzarella
fucking go.
700 fucking mozzarella sticks out of a 5-pound block of fucking mozzarella block.
Guinness Book World Records.
Jerry Coppola.
It's an amazing block of cheese, fucker.
Oh, fuck out of here.
I'm just saying.
Hey, let's settle a feud right here. You know, they had the meatball feud, but right here we got the pickle pizza feud. We got the two best pickle
that's
pizza
right.
makers in the valley, but they're both great pickle pizzas. But who has the best? Which one of you guys?
No one has the best.
No,
Come on.
no,
one has the best.
listen. It's a funny thing. Here's the thing. Every time someone comes in and said they had the pickle pizza, they can love it. I send them to go see Jay. And I swear on my
Jay doesn't
kids-
do that.
No, yes he does. I swear on my kids. I send people to go see Jay all the time. Why? because the pickle pizza for us started out as a joke. I had no idea this fucker even had one.
Hey, don't be jealous because they like my pickles.
Yeah.
Why? Because Jay's got a bigger pickle.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility. You know what I mean? God didn't give me a size 15 shoe for no fucking reason. I'm just saying. But it does happen. And I've sent a lot of people his way. And every time, I'm going to name somebody just on purpose.
Go ahead.
Fucking Matt Bernhardt.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker is a consistent poster for Jay. Whenever I see something on Facebook or on Lehigh Valley Pizza page, it's always Matt. Always about something. This motherfucker lives there.
Well, he lives right around the corner from us.
That's a possibility.
He does.
Yes, it probably
Listen,
does.
everyone has their watering holes.
Yes, they do.
You know,
They
my
do.
watering hole is the Shelby.
The only reason why he's so close to me is because he just happens to take care of Giant.
But now, on the other hand, Matt talks very highly about your pickle pie and your other pies as
There you
well,
go.
too, you know?
There you go.
Yep.
You know,
Matter of fact, I've taken a couple tips from your spot where he's had some pizzas with a few different things, and so I created a few different things and followed yours. But you know what?
That's okay. We still love you, brother.
I know, baby. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Great guys. Great guys.
Good thing. Good thing.
You know, I got
Some great wings over there, too, at Caddy Corner.
And I got to say something. You know, a lot of people said to me, and I mentioned this to Jay because actually he picked me up on the way over today. A lot of people say to me, they'll text me or they'll come in, they'll see, and they'll say, hey, you hang out with Joe at Biagio? Or you hang out with Jay at Caddy Corner? I'm like, yeah, why? Aren't you guys competition? No, we ain't fucking competition. We're friends. We hang out.
Friends, we hang out.
And you know what? It's what it should be.
Yeah.
You should be able
In
to
the whole
mix and
community.
mingle. and
Guys are
hang
more
out,
than welcome.
right?
All of Lehigh Valley.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody should be able to get together and hang out and be the same. There's
That's
no
our goal.
competition.
Wouldn't it be nice one day to do this in a room with about 150 operators?
Oh,
from the
that's my
valley?
dream.
I would love to see that.
All right, that would
Jerry,
be
give your
something.
address.
3043 West Emmaus Avenue.
Yeah.
No, your home address for everybody to come over.
Fuck you, Oliver. You did that already.
He
buddy.
never left yet.
Oliver never left. Oliver came the first
He's
day.
got
he
a
never
room
left.
there, right?
We'll
Oliver's got
Oliver,
a
give
room
your
there.
home address, buddy.
We'll give you Oliver's address. It's called the Chicken Lounge, Hamilton Boulevard.
A great place to go to.
Great
Chicken
place.
Yeah,
Lounge.
the Chicken Lounge, absolutely.
That's another watering
My
hole.
boy Tommy over there.
Yeah, big shout
Tommy
out to the
Nolan,
lounge.
Great people.
Yeah.
All right, and I see one more bullet here.
I got a
Antonio.
couple more. So
All right, go ahead.
here's another bullet that you should utilize on your social media is photos of food.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Photos of nice photos, not off the internet. Your photos of your own food, right? Facts about food, facts about how you made it, how you prepared it, and all that good shit, right?
Right.
It goes a long way.
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry, Ant, because you know what? I'm going to take Joe's words.
Go ahead.
Everybody does it better than you.
Yeah,
Don't be afraid to give your recipe.
Yeah, no, you
Right?
can't.
100%.
Don't be afraid because that everybody's going to be better than you.
So you see how everybody just introduced each other, not everybody, but our friends over here. You should actually have a story about your restaurant, how it started, where the concept came from, if you have one, or out of the blue, you just got into the business. People want to hear who you are,
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
who they're dealing with, where you're coming from, where do you want to go. You
Yep.
understand? So those are
You know, something such as that, as posting pictures, explaining how you make it, like we talked about. My dad does the live videos. Jay does it. Jerry, you did that one the other day with the trio, the vodka sauce, the pesto marinara. But you get more interaction when you show how you make it.
Yeah.
Once it's going in the oven, stuff like that, coming out, cutting it, hearing the crunch, eating it, trying it, all that's good. But a small independent pizza shop, if they did that 10% of the time during the week, they'd probably grow their sales maybe 20%. Just 10%, maybe over a month.
Well, continuous
Over
time.
a month,
Over
continuous time.
You're going to grow your business. You're
So
going to
about,
create
say, 2 to 3
curiosity.
months.
Yeah.
So if you did it 10% a week, say maybe once every 2 days, once every 3 days, and you did a video like that, over 2 to 3 months, you might get 20% more sales.
100%.
Sal, I'd like
And they
to
don't
say,
do it.
I'd like to say, I actually have a decent following. We don't have as much of a following as you guys do, but you know what? That video has...
You reach more people.
It did, and it
Yeah. Of
created
course.
a stir.
And you
I
created-
didn't plan on making that
It's a
fucking
good
pizza
stir.
more than that.
It's a good stir.
I did it because somebody challenged me to do it. So I'm going to
But
say...
you probably got 20 more likes.
Yeah.
If not
John
more.
Scanlon.
If not more.
John
Scanlon,
Scanlon.
my buddy.
Okay.
I
Yep,
coach his
you know
sons.
John, right?
I coach his
Yeah,
sons.
John's amazing.
Yeah, he's
John
awesome.
actually said to me, hey, can you make this pizza? I said, of course I can make the pizza, whatever. There's a place in New York he saw the video from. Maybe they're the originator of it. I have no idea. But I said, sure, I can make it, no problem. And I'll tell you what, I sold a fucking ton of them.
Yeah.
Did I want to sell that? No. I wanted to do what
It's a
he
good
wanted.
thing.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
I made it for him. I made him happy as a customer. I made it for him. That was it.
He liked
I
it,
didn't
and
plan
look,
on going any further.
Yeah, but that's
The
what
fucking thing took off.
it
But
takes
now
off.
you have an item for people where it took off that they're going to make the trip over to you.
So what did it
And
take
if they
out of your
make
time?
that trip 30,
Nothing.
45 days
Nothing.
once,
The first day,
it's a
I'm
good
not
trip.
going to lie. You're right, but I'm not going to lie. I didn't have pesto sauce in the shop. I had basil, I had pignoli nuts, I had garlic. I made it. But people don't realize, Antonio, what do you charge for a pound of fucking pignoli nuts? Or ballpark, what should it be for a fucking pound of pignoli nuts?
Pignoli nuts are expensive.
I know.
Very
For
expensive.
those that don't know, it's pine nuts.
It's pine nuts. Now, there's two versions of it.
Correct?
There's the Italian version of it.
Correct.
Which is very, very expensive.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a semi-inexpensive, which is Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Are they both kind of almost
You're
the
going to
same
get the
flavor
Italian one.
of the most similarity of the
Get
profile?
the Italian one.
Kind of yes and no.
Yes.
But listen, when I go home, I don't want to eat shit.
Right.
I want to eat food.
Right.
Yeah,
So guess where I'm veering to?
Right.
Italian
The
one.
Italian.
Okay.
You have to.
Again, we spoke about this on our first. Don't be afraid to spend your money on the quality of the product that you put in your pizzeria because
Correct.
you're eating it as well.
Correct.
100%.
Why would you go out and first of all, I'm just using this in general. You're beating up the salesman. You're belittling him. Then this, I pay $1 less, $1 more. Okay. But aren't you eating as well?
Yes.
What's $1 or $2 more?
Nothing.
Right. And you're carrying it on to your customer.
Right.
Because why? You want what in this world? A consistent product.
Correct. And I say that all the time. And here's my example. When you go to fucking McDonald's, right? You're going to get a Big Mac the same way you're going to get it on South 4th Street, McDonald's on Cedar Crest, McDonald's on fucking Hamilton Boulevard. Every burger is going to taste the same.
Correct.
Because there's a way of doing it. And consistency is everything. Everything you have is consistency.
I saw a post on a person posting, where can I...
I have something though to say into that whole thing.
Yep.
You know, it goes back though to social media.
Correct.
So doing a video, showing what you use, showing how you prepare it is good. You're entertaining the customer with the video, and two, you're showing the quality you put into your food you prepare.
Correct.
So, like I say lately a lot, what I've been saying on some of the things I do, you get what you pay for.
Correct.
So you can pay for something that you consider to be good, or maybe your taste buds also like Chef Boyardee. Nothing against it if that's what you do in your house. Maybe you like ragu. Nothing against it. I personally, I make from scratch. I don't need to have Analetti and Chef Boyardee. I have Analetti. So I make my pasta form. But at the end of the day, doing a video and showing it to the consumer, there are going to be those people that say there's a reason why I get more here and why I pay for this. And that's, the videos go to that. So you can't be afraid of buying the product. Buy the quality, feed the quality, you eat the quality.
And get your proper price. Going back to that, when a customer, a lady, a gentleman, whoever comes into your shop and says, this was too much. Well, guess fucking right. Guess what? That means this shop is not for you.
Yeah, they're not your customer.
No. You don't want the headache. You want to put out a quality product, a consistent product, and get paid for it. Listen, we eat out all the time. I don't care if I'm paying $50 for a steak, $20 for a steak, or $80 for a steak. As long as it's good, I'm coming back to you.
Right. You're going to, right?
I
So
am.
most people will. But what happens is you can have the best product in the world. Back to what Joe said. Everybody's taste buds are different. You might be used to one thing. He might be used to one thing. But they'll taste that, and they'll turn around and say, hey, I'm not used to this. Or somebody will say, Oh, I wasn't expecting my penne.
It's not for you then.
I wasn't expecting my penne vodka to taste like
how
this.
we make it.
I was expecting something else.
Okay.
Well, the menu states what the penne vodka comes with. Were you looking for prosciutto? Were you looking for peas? Were you looking for ham? Did the menu say that? No, but you'll find people that will say that because they're looking for something different.
I always say this, and I'm going to say it. If you're charging whatever you're charging for a penne alla vodka, and you have 100 customers throughout the year that buy that, and you got 5 of those customers that complain, guess what? Get rid of those. You'll gain 5, 10, 20 more customers on top of that because of your quality. And going back to this, making your store recognizable and be interactive. They're going to come. Boost your social. You can't be stagnant in this world. Right. You got to boost yourself to lure more people in. Let the bad ones go bye-bye. Let them go buy fucking pizza, $7.99, $6.99, wherever the fuck they want to go.
Right. Let them go.
You charge what you charge. Use an unbleached, unbromated flour. You use top-level mozzarella. You use top-level tomatoes. You want to get paid. You're not using it to be a fucking, you want the fucking belt. You're using it for quality.
Right, correct.
Let those people come to you. Charge, pay them for it. I'm not saying gouge them. We're not here to gouge people. It's a valued food. But I know you're not going to charge $6.95 for a 16-inch pizza. You're not going to charge $7.95, and you're not going to charge $8.95 for a pizza. You're going to charge properly in that market that you're in.
Right.
Now, get those fucking people get them out of your store. You don't want those people. You don't. They're going to go home, criticize your food, call you up. My pizza was burnt. My underwear was burnt. This was burnt. This was raw. This was that. Okay. How many times could you give credits out?
I mean, think about it though. It's not, this isn't pizza, but people drive from the valley, they go down to Philadelphia and they get a cheesesteak. What are those cheesesteaks? About 11 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches?
Oh, depending where, Joe, but you're
so
right.
you
Yeah.
go to
Great
some of the
you said
big
that.
names.
People don't realize.
Wait, but let me finish.
Go ahead.
Like, you go down there, they don't, majority of them, some of these bigger names, which I'm not going to name, but they're putting the ribeye on the grill. And when you get the sandwich, if you got 10, 12 inches of sandwich, the meat's on there, I mean, it's thin. It's thin. So you get that, you get the fries, you got a soda, you're $22 in for about 12 inches. And the fries.
And your gas.
And you got you got your gas, and on a 12-inch
Tolls.
thing, you got 8 ounces of ribeye, if that, maybe 6 the way they're making it. I'm not criticizing them. People go for that. Then you come out in here, we're chopping the steaks, we're filling them up. I mean, our steaks are never perfect with the amount of meat we put in. There's always more than what the count is. So what's the difference? Oh, because we're in the valley? You just drove your gas through the tolls, down the turnpike. It's a big ride. We're going to Philly because we're going to go get this pork. We're going to get this. And he has the name. But you're paying out the wazoo.
So
They're
listen,
tourist traps.
right?
You know? But these
Oh, you're
tourists
right.
are customers of in the valley.
I'm gonna.
How many
interrupt you.
posts do we see?
What did we say during the break? You and I were talking, right, before? And I said, I've came home, and I've walked in, and I've seen a Biagio cheesesteak and a Biagio chicken cheesesteak on my fucking counter. And I laugh, and I'm like, it's funny. We own the shop, and my wife orders from another guy, right? It's great. But this fucking cheesesteak is the size of my arm, right? And I can say this because I literally laid my arm on the fucking counter, right? And this fucking thing was the size of my arm. I got big hands. I got big hands. My friends tell me all the time, Jerry, you got big hands. They're fucking huge. Okay. I eat this fucking thing. I got meat dripping off the sides, right? And I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, can I eat a fucking cheesesteak? This thing is dripping. So it's not a matter of what goes in. And I'll tell you right now, as a business owner, just like you, I look at this and I'm like, this guy doesn't fucking make money out of this. How does he make money out of this fucking cheesesteak?
Yeah, we pile it in. It's like a loss leader.
Well,
And then
You can't.
You got situations
Sal,
where people will look at it
Are
and
you
be
going
like,
to tell me you make money out of this fucking cheesesteak?
Well,
Was
that's
he
another
charged?
I just said
conversation.
it. It's
I
a
don't
whole loss
care.
leader.
I don't care if it's $1 an inch or fucking $6 an inch.
How much you put in there, Joe?
On those
I'll
cheese
tell you
steaks,
right now,
got
he
at
must
least-
put a
you got at
fucking
least
22
pound of
inch.
meat,
It's
No,
gotta
no.
be fucking 30 ounces.
you know.
Yeah, but real quick, let's talk what he was saying. You know, people go down to Philly, they pay those prices, right? They got tolls, all this nonsense. You got all this extra charges that they don't talk about. But why do the people go to Philly? So there's an article that I came by, saw when I was reading. A couple years ago, Payless put up a store. It was a luxury store. They put up $20 to $40 shoes and said they were designer shoes, sold them anywhere from $400 to $600.
Wow.
And people bought him.
And they sold out.
Right.
Sold out.
Power
People
of
bought 'em.
marketing.
Yep.
And it says right here, one influencer said, I would pay $400 to $500. People will be like, where did you get those? And she's buying a $20 Payless shoe.
Yes. Yep.
So it's just to show you, customers, why is it okay for them to think just because it's a design show? Well, I'm going to Philly. Why do I go to Philly? Because I can post and say, I was here. So-and-so was here. I did it. This was my selfie with me and my whiz cheesesteak. I came to Philly. I had one. It's a mindset.
Yes.
It's almost a mindset with some of these customers. That you don't see, where they should be coming to the Valley and saying, look what we just got, a 22-inch cheesesteak. Boom, with the sauce. But they don't think like that. The mindset is controlled. These customers they're all influenced by designers, this, that. They want to be something
Well, look,
special.
some of the places when you go down to, if you don't order it right, you get to the back of the fucking line.
Yeah, they kick
Right.
you out.
You know,
Yes.
they can't talk about the arrogance.
Try that in your store,
And
Joe. Tell me how
listen,
that works
if you
out.
don't have cash, don't fucking come.
Right.
The ATM's out there. You came up, you're not getting your food next.
Right.
I mean, and people take it. Where's the yelp? Where's the screaming at that? You know, where's the safe room? You know, for the person to go crying.
Right.
You know, I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here? You know, so one bullshit's good for that, and the next bullshit isn't. Come on, you got to call stupid. I agree. You know,
Yeah, you take those Philly cheesesteaks and you take them, wrap them up, take them to another state, Michigan or somewhere. Don't tell them where they're from. They open that up, they're gonna say these are shit. Where do you even get these things from?
why is there no meat?
I mean, I brought you up some. I'm not gonna mention it. One of the big three down in Philly, but you know, you unwrap it. It looks like it's a roll.
Yeah.
You don't even know there's
You
meat
don't know
inside
there's meat
till you
inside.
try to peel it
And
over.
we're always trying. When you travel, we always talk to each other.
Yeah.
We're going in with a positive correspondence, and we look and we're like, how much was this? You know, and you're looking, and I start to do the numbers. I'm like, Jesus Christ! No
I
wonder
think it
why.
was about $14 for an 11-inch steak.
Unbelievable. I mean,
That's
it's-
without any extras.
You get it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And up here, people will kill you for charging 50 cents extra for hot peppers. Down there, $1.50 for
Well, you're
this,
giving them hot peppers, but then they
$1.50
say,
for
"Can I have
that."
extra?"
Yeah.
And you have a charge. Well, I don't know. Does anybody know what the extra means?
So, yes.
Like, what does extra mean? Free?
So, by any stretch of the means, I'm not greedy, right? None of us are.
None of us
It's a
are.
business we're running, right? So when you ask for, and you come up after you pay your bill and you ask, can I have an extra side of ranch? Can I have extra this? Can I have extra? The word extra means something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
More.
If you go to Applebee's and ask for an extra side of queso sauce or whatever,
You're charged.
it's going to come on your bill, right?
Right.
They'll bring it to you because you don't pay up front. We don't have waitress service. So what you do is you walk in, you look on the menu,
It's
see what you want.
self-service.
Right. Come up, order it, pay for it, and that's it.
You get charged everything.
Right.
Anywhere you're at.
Right, correct. But when you charge somebody for something extra, they look at you, oh, I don't want it, I don't want it. But if you sat at a restaurant, like a franchise, pick anyone you want. I just happen to say Applebee's because it's something that came to my mind. So, but if you charge,
You're always charged for extra.
right,
Whatever you
McDonald's
want.
even does now.
Extra, you're charged for. And you know, the crazy thing of it is when you get into things like dressings. Dressings is one of those things that we're not charging for. We're giving it, but those are some of the highest price items now that ranch is up to $80 a case.
yes. So
Used to be a $35 item
We'll move-
in 18 months. What
We'll
the hell
move on.
happened?
Right, we'll move on after this. But you know what? Majority of the people don't realize it's not even the ranch that cost. It's the fucking cup.
Container.
The containers, the
And
packaging,
the lid that goes
all the
with
lost
it.
leaders that you're
The
giving
lid
away.
costs the same as the fucking cup.
You know, it's just an unconsiderable situation that
It's
people
not-
And
don't
the
even
worst
consider.
part of it is not only do the customers not understand that, neither do your employees.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's going to be a ongoing thing that we're going to have to.
It all boils down to location and area.
Where you're
that's
at, what's
that's
your
what it
customer
boils
base,
down to.
what are they feeling, who they, it
I
is.
think, though,
They all-
location is one thing, but if an area all did the same, like when you go to Philly, it's somehow everybody down there is doing the same thing. They're charging. So I don't know if they had a conference or something, but you're not getting away with shit in those places.
No.
Right.
So, but once you start moving away from there and you get like towards the Quakertown line, things start changing. So location should be anywhere. Just everybody's got to be on board with what's called business.
Yeah.
And you can't be ashamed of saying, hey, you know what? Unjustifiably, I'm not here to make not 6 figures. I'm here to make a living. It's a seven, whether you're open 5 days, 6 days, or 7 days, you're still operating your business 7 days a week. There's always an issue. You're worrying about it.
You're paying rent 7 days a week.
If you're sick, you don't feel good, you got a bad foot, you got a bad knee, you're still got to be there. I mean, I've had cancer surgery, I've had amputations, I've had so many things, and I've shown up the next day at my shop, and doctors have told me you're 2 weeks out. And my team has looked at me like, what the hell is going on? I'm not online there looking for pity. I have no choice.
Right.
I have no choice. I mean, if I got every operation I needed on my body right now, I'd be out for 3 years, and it's not fucking happening. So you learn to deal with it.
Yeah,
and
I
the
mean-
average person doesn't realize that sacrifice.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Wawa's right now. If you go to your restaurant, you know, you give a packet of dressing, and then the customer says, "Hey, can I get more?" You give 1 or 2 more. Usually don't charge. A lot of pizza shops don't. Wawa's now, you get a salad, you get 1 pack of dressing. If you want more, they tell you, "Hey, right there on the counter, 89 cents each. Pick them out, however many you want."
Yeah, but that's what they should be doing.
Yeah, they
There's
should
nothing
be.
wrong with
Well,
that.
I'm just saying,
Speaking of that-
if it's a chain, nobody complains. If it's a mom and pop, well, why are you
I
charging?
was
Well, let me
though.
get- let me
I
get
was
to
at you mentioned that place. Wawa. I was at one, and actually I don't even frequent there anymore because it just disturbed me what was going on. Just to get a coffee, I would go and get my gas. But you're standing there. The people put their food number in, and you're there behind the counter, passing the food made. That's got to go to the customer on the other side. Like, imagine if I was at the shop and threw the cheesesteak to the expediter where the customer, what would that customer, these people are sitting there all like totem poles up their tail side. Oh, it's okay. And they're passing football sandwiches and egg sandwiches around like this is fucking common practice behind the freaking counter. And not a person is saying a fucking word. And I'm looking over there like, and then 2 minutes later, I'm checking out and I watch this lady basically rob food from the freaking, the quick spot there where she takes it, walks, and I almost opened my mouth. And then I stopped and I thought to myself, I'm going to be the victim here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Because I'm defending a shithole of a place that they're passing the food, they're kicking footballs, they're playing fucking, who the hell, tag with the fucking food.
I'll say this.
And everybody's, 12 people are standing there holding their chips. And now,
I'll say this.
Can I have my $5 sandwich?
Most people don't give a fuck.
Well, they should give a fuck because that's the same person that would come to our store. If they
Right.
took their slice, I'd say, hey, buddy, here's your Sicilian. Get ready. Shoot.
Right. How's that going to turn out?
Oh, it hit you in the face. Get the fucking napkin and wipe it off. Next.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Here's your sausage and peppers. Go down.
Right.
Down. Give me
Right.
10. Whoa. Yeah, motherfucker.
Coach, I
You
know
know.
you know this because you've done this before. But I'm just saying, I've gone down many a times, and myself, I enjoy Wawa, but there's a difference. Wawa, nobody will fucking complain in Wawa. Want to know why? Because nobody there gives a fuck what you gotta say.
Employees don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
You come to a mom and pop shops like we have, and you start fucking bitching, and people complain.
And
I don't mean it in
we
the wrong
care
way,
because-
but there is a wrong way about it, right? You won't bitch at fucking Wawa. You won't bitch at Giant. You won't bitch at Weiss. You won't bitch at Wegmans. Why? Because you're fucking checking out your own food.
That's right.
And you're paying for your own fucking, you're paying for an employee to be there when you're checking your own shit out.
And you're not getting a
They don't give you a
W-2.
discount, right?
Yeah.
They don't give you a discount. You're ringing your own shit the fuck up.
Yeah, who are you going to yell at? The computer?
The
What
kids-
else-
Hey, the price
kids
is
there
too high.
don't give a fuck.
Well-
The kids there don't give a fuck.
Any other bullet points we got?
We're done.
I think
I'm sorry. Now you
No.
fucking got angry.
No, but it's the way it should be. We're conversating.
I think we're going to take another break quick. We will be back. We're going to try pizza from Villa Grande. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
Nori
give
up
out-
in Bath.
We'll give out a bigger shout out with the whole address and name and owner. But we're going to take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Oh, yeah.
You're fucking right. You go to fucking.
That's a true story.
People don't give a fuck.
Hey, look at you like this.
Every time I
Give me 10
I
downfield.
wanted to interject in, he's going off.
Fucking bamboo. Best Chinese food around.
Best part is we're already rolling with all that in.
That's good.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Nothing wrong with that.
Best fucking Chinese food around, bro.
All right.
Cut that shit out, Jerry. Cut that shit
All
out.
right.
You and Bamboo.
So we are back here for the third segment, last segment here of episode number 2, PizzaFellas podcast. We are all here. We got Jay, Jerry, Oliver, my dad Joe, and we got Antonio and Justin here too. We are now here. We are going to try some pizza. Go ahead, Antonio. Well, excuse me. I fucked up. We have to take a shot. Salute.
Cheers.
To Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace. Enjoy.
All right.
Please sponsor us because it's expensive.
That would be fucking awesome. Buffalo Trace, we drink enough of your fucking shit.
No kidding.
And it's not shit. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Go ahead here. We got
All right.
pizza.
So these are good friends of mine. Great restaurateurs. Phenomenal social media people. They know how to utilize it. Nori and Fani at the newly renovated Villa Grande. The place looks fucking awesome. They're New Yorkers, Long Island guys. Fuck, I'm talking about the best of the best, these guys. 225 West Northampton Street, Bath, Pennsylvania. 484-281-3634. It's villagpizza.com. Go see them. Excellent, excellent, excellent pizza. And these are guys that do not bullshit with quality. 100% quality.
Good
they
guys.
use.
Nori and his brother.
Great guys, great family.
I know
Forget
him a long
about
time.
I think he's got 27 brothers and a sister, and the mom is there. It's great
awesome.
guys, great
Really
guys,
good people.
great
So
guys.
what
Go
pizza
see
is-
You're
them.
up in Bath. It's a spot where when you're up in Bath, PA, you definitely got to make a means to go there. If you're up there and you're hanging out or you're coming down from the Poconos or somewhere and you say, hey, where can we stop? Hey, you're in Bath. You know you can go to Villa Grande, see Nori, see Fani, and see the whole family.
Yeah,
They're doing a real
excellent
good job.
people, and you guys see how they renovated this place. Show
Yeah, you were telling me
night
about
and
it.
day, night and day.
telling me
It's
about
you close your eyes, you think you're in New York.
All right, what are we starting
real.
with here?
Yeah, what do we
So
have
they
here
gave. So
pizza-wise?
Fani made these pizzas for us. Margarita,
What you got over here?
plain,
Great.
Grandma.
and the grandma.
All right. Well, I'm going to dive
I mean,
in.
I'm
So
going
am
to
I.
dive in. I'm having some grandma.
I'm doing a margarita. This margarita looks.
I'm gonna try the plain.
Give the margarita a shot.
Most people try to plain because they want to judge what the shop is about. I want to try something different. So the margarita is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Pizza shop owners do eat other people's pizza.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
That's good.
Are we gonna use our shirts for napkins, or what are we using?
Yeah, we can get some napkins. Jerry, if you... right there.
Right there. Yeah, we got them.
Oh, we got some that are open already.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Oh. We're just being a bunch. But I got to say, first
we're
bite,
just-
really
it's
good.
It's
Yeah,
good buy.
Really good
Oh, yeah.
pie.
Like the crunch
Good
is
bar.
there,
Yep.
and
Listen to this crunch.
And mind you, it's not hot.
right,
It's cold.
You
it's
just
still
took the words
crunchy.
out of my mouth. You took the words out of my mouth.
We heated it up, but the segment ran a little bit long, but
Yeah, so
It's a good pie.
You brought these here earlier, and even since then, it's been. This is a crunch. That's something that's hard to come by.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
So they did a great job on the crust, and no pun intended, but the crust is amazing.
Really, really innovative guys.
Even
Really,
looking
really.
at the bottom, it's not. It's cooked just right.
Yeah. Good, great undercarriage. Good
Sauce
taste.
is sweet, too, which I like. Big
Very good.
sauce guy.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, silence is golden. So if you don't hear us, talking or whatever,
We're eating.
it's because we're enjoying ourselves.
I mean,
I got to
that's
say.
why we brought it on. Villa Grande Pizza, bad.
Yeah, I'm a margarita guy. This is one
And
of
you know
the top
what?
margaritas.
We're going to have Nori on the show in the next few weeks. And we hope to have more guys on the show. Every week we're going to have a pizza shop from somewhere. We're going to eat some pizza. We're going to let everybody realize that it's about the community of pizza.
That's right.
All right? It's not about the individuals. You're going to hear some shit that we speak about, but at the end of the day, it's getting into the reality of we're all in this together, you know? And what guys need to be able to do is call one another and say, hey, what are you doing? What do you got going on? It's about the trust in an industry. Right now, I can honestly say, everybody, outside of the crew here, we always talk. But there's guys that don't have that, you know? And guys fall back to that thing where you're worried about where you're at, you have to have confidence in your product. You have to have confidence in your skills. You have to have confidence in what you do in your establishment. And you can't be afraid to say to somebody, even if you don't know them, well, get to know us on the Pizza Fellas. You know, I mean, I've sat with many of people dozens of times. I'll tell you anything I know. But maybe there's something you know that I don't know.
I have to say, for the people watching this, there's no flop in this pizza.
No, it's great pie.
So I got the margarita. I give it a big thumbs up. I put it like one at the top in the valley here. Joe, what'd you have there?
I had the grandma. I'm taking a bite of a plain, but I'm eating because I'm enjoying it. And you'll enjoy it too.
Yep.
I mean,
let's hear what the crust has to say.
So, Joe, I'll be honest. I'm glad you're talking because that gives me a chance to actually enjoy what I'm eating. And the crust is...
I'm telling you.
Oh, good.
Look, it's cold. Look. It's cold. Look.
It's cold.
Yeah.
And it still has a crunch. A lot of people don't get that.
No.
And I'll be honest with you. I don't like cold pizza. And I
Neither
don't
do
like
I.
a fresh pizza out of the
usually
oven.
don't either, and this is good cold.
Yeah. I don't like a fresh pizza
yeah.
out of the oven because for some
Listen,
reason that's just me.
I'm on the
But
back
this-
end.
What'd you have?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
This is great.
How about Jay? Jay, you sell a totally different, unique pizza. What do you think about this pizza?
I think it's very delicious. I think it's really good. The crust, I love the crust. It was real nice crunch to it. It was a real nice pie. And the sauce was very tasty. I like the sauce.
Jay, you make similar pizzas like this or no?
I'm sorry?
You make similar pizzas like this?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
You know,
Jay's,
it is
he's
good.
got a different crust, but Jay's pizza's awesome too. I mean, anybody's eating at the caddy corner knows that.
I gotta say,
I'm going to try a little slice here of the grandma.
it's very good.
Yeah.
The only negative I would say is my jaw's a little sore. The crunch is so good. I'm like chewing it, and I keep trying to, there's a long crunch,
That's good
and that's
pie.
not a negative. It's a good
It
thing.
is.
I'm
This
just
is,
saying.
this is the first time
I'm a
I've
little
had
sore.
super cold pizza that's super crunchy.
Yeah, I gotta say, very good pie.
Unbelievable.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
So
Nori.
Nori and Fani, Villa Grande, 225 West Northampton Street, Bath, PA, 484-281-3634, villagpizza.com. Mention us. Maybe you get a discount. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're going to give you a good ole on the house.
Yeah.
How about there's a cigar shop across the street too, which you can actually pick up this pizza and take it over to the cigar shop and eat it over there, drink a couple drinks and smoke a couple cigars. Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the cigar shop.
Caravan, right?
Oh, Caravan Cigars. That's
I call Bath the crossroads of Lehigh Valley
I agree.
because you're coming from north, which is Wing Gap,
Wing Gap area. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
You hook that left, you're going into Easton and Nazareth and what have you.
Make the right.
If you make the right, you're going
rolling up
towards
Northampton area.
Berlinsville and all that,
Yep,
right?
exactly, yep.
And if you go straight, you're heading back into Bethlehem.
And you got the Fox. It's been there for about 40
Ah,
years.
the fuck.
That has a crunch too.
Only
That's a
depending
different
on the
fucking
underwear
crunch.
they're wearing.
That and the shitty titty up in Coopersburg.
You know, I gotta say real quickly. My personal feeling was I think these pies were cooked just right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very nice.
Good
Not
undercarriage,
overdone. I thought
Oh, yeah.
real good.
And another thing for all our viewers out there, if you get a pizza from another pizza place, anywhere, when you get a pizza Friday night, go invest in a pizza stone. I'm going to tell you that right now, guys. Go invest in a pizza stone. When you bring it home and you take that pie out of the oven and you bring it home, don't matter what pizza shop you are, your pie gets a little, softer. It's coming hot out of the oven. You put it in the box. It ain't going to keep as hot as it is when you're going to eat it fresh out of the table. So go get a pizza stone at any of your local market, wherever you get it, Amazon, whoever, wherever you want. and you pop that baby in there, it's crunchier sometimes than the oven at the pizza shop.
yeah.
Definitely preheat
Well,
it. Preheat that
yeah.
stone.
You turn your oven on to 450, 425. You let it go for an hour. You put that stone in there. So now that cavern is at like 450 to 425, depending on it. Now, we have convection ovens inside. But I'm going to tell you, we all the time have pizza in our freezer that's frozen. And you throw a slice
I
in
do
on
too.
there. You do one slice at a time, whatever people want. That's how we heat it up, like we're heating slice pies up at the shop. But the cavern is so small, the crisp you get on that pie, if you're doing takeout pizza, and one of the biggest things that just drives me nuts is that if people order takeout and you're a pizza connoisseur, as you say, you should have a stone. We shouldn't be teaching you this. You should want the best pizza you can ever have. And you should understand, if you're the connoisseur, you say, that I'm taking it in a box in my car. I waited 15 minutes. I came down in 25. I have it on hot racks. Some guys have it on top of the oven. Some guys have it on a rack. Now, when you go home, if you want good pizza, have your oven already on for that hour, hour and a half you just spent on the road. Take the slices out. It's a spatula. I know you have spatulas for your grills, so have that same spatula and put the slice in the stone and heat it up.
So you know what, Joe? You don't even need a spatula. 9 out of 10 people. I'm one of those
Use
guys.
a tongue.
Right. I'm one of those guys that, like, I can't eat a fresh pizza. You can get a pizza right out of the oven.
That's my
and
favorite.
Okay, Oliver, you enjoy that. Me, I don't want that.
You like a reheat.
I want a reheat. I want a pizza to sit for about 15
I
minutes.
like
or so.
everything.
I want it to get itself together, and then I want to put it back in the oven for about, don't forget, I'm at the shop, so I have my ovens on whatever my temperature is. I put it in the oven. I heat it up. I want 30 seconds, 45 seconds for my slice, maybe a minute.
Just
I'm
to
a
get a
minute.
little heat on it.
Just to get a little
I'm a minute
crisp
or two.
on the bottom. That's all it takes. I don't like hot food. I'm not a fan of hot food. But
I
when
love
you get one of those
a reheat
slices
too.
and you take it out and you reheat it, man, it's amazing.
I agree.
It makes a whole different ballgame.
And if you don't have an oven, put it in a pan
Right.
on
Oh
top
my
of
God,
your
you
stove.
saw that
Let me
video
tell you
where you
this.
pour a little water
Yeah.
Hold
in
on.
the pan?
You're steaming
And
it.
it steams and
Yeah.
it's crispier
Yes,
than
you call that. I come home one day, right? So
Listen,
I'll throw a shot.
put it on your grill.
I'm gonna
I
throw
put
that.
pizza on the grill. I mean, like, what?
I'm gonna throw
People
a shot
be ingenious. If you have enough confidence to make a comment, be ingenious with your pizza.
Put it in an air deck oven.
Check this out.
You know
Anything.
those air
Yeah.
decks?
Check this out. I come home one day, right? We happen to have some slices. We happen to have some slices at the house. Probably, whatever. My daughter had some slices. She brought it home from work.
Okay.
I come in, and we just had probably, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. My buddy Barry decides from Bickett Heating, he decides he wants to give us gas because we want a gas. So we never had gas in the house.
Okay.
So we went to gas furnace, we went to ACE, which never had. We had window units for 15 years.
Right.
We do HVAC, the whole house is great. But before this, my daughter, we had electric. My daughter goes, I walk in and I see her heating a slice of pizza up on my glass top electric oven.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker.
I can see that.
I'm like, you're gonna burn the fucking house down. Now I know my insurance guy tells me wait till 25 minutes after the house is burning, then call the fire department, right?
He's
I'm
joking.
looking-
He's joking.
No, he was not.
He's joking.
Okay, so I'm laughing, I'm joking, and I'm thinking that's like the worst thing to do.
Right.
I find myself 2 days later heating up a slice of pizza on my fucking glass top electric stove.
same way.
And I'll tell you what,
Delicious.
if you heat it up slowly,
That's
On
the
low?
key. Low and slow.
yes, you said it. And let me tell you something. The fucking slice was amazing. There was no tray. There was no stone. There was nothing involved. It was just a slice right on the fucking
But what
glass
have we
top.
said here, though? There's alternatives to heating up your pie, from a grill to a flat
But,
top to
Joe-
a frying pan to an
Shit,
electric
even
stove.
now, air fryer.
Air fryer. I
Air
mean,
fryer is a listen, don't fall for that
That's
bullshit.
what I meant. Air fryer, not
Air
air
fryer
deck.
is a fucking convection oven,
Yeah.
okay, that you have if you buy a good stove, right? Comes with a convection oven, but it's a convection oven. It's not a fucking air fryer. It's a smaller version.
Yeah, cool name though. Air
Right?
fryer.
Yeah, it
Better
is.
than convection
And it
oven.
works.
I'll buy
It
a
works.
fucking air fryer before I buy a convection oven.
Hey,
Cheaper.
Some of the best slices we
It's
had.
cheaper.
I use my air fryer a lot.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, at Jerry's house, Jerry's got the open face grill out in his pool house where we
Oh,
hang
that's been
out.
great pizza back
and
there.
He has that thing just rocking to keep us
Oh, yeah.
hot in the wintertime. And one night, we threw some slices on there, and then they got that nice char going across, just like a steak. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was some of the best pizza we had the one night. I mean, you got
Oh,
to
it was
take into
crispy.
consideration we all had about 10 drinks
Yeah, and
before
where'd you
that.
get
But
from? Where'd you get that from? You got that from up north.
yeah, that was probably pie from up north.
It
Yeah,
was a
somewhere
sweet.
up there.
It was a sweet.
Yeah,
sauce.
the sweet
No,
sauce.
I'm not going to mention the name, but
I'm not
no,
sure.
it was
You
somebody
might
else.
remember, I'm not sure where, but it was.
It was somebody
actually
else.
I mean
really
that char was so
That was
good
good.
on the
That was
bottom
good.
of that
Char
pizza.
made that. Char made it for me. I don't know where it was from, but for me, the char made it.
We ate the whole thing.
Yeah. Just on that note,
I think we finished another bottle too.
Alcohol might have been involved, but
We did finish a bottle after that.
yeah some future
That was like
episodes-
11:30, and we got home at 2. That was-
There's a lot of regional pizzas, so just as a note, some future episodes. We'll be featuring some up north pizzas, some of the Old Forge pizza, which I had yesterday. I haven't posted
Good
that
stuff,
yet.
though. Good stuff.
American cheese on it. Then you got some other places that use, white cheddar, and they cook it differently. And then we're gonna get into the sweet sauces. And Joe's bringing the sweet sauce to the Valley. He's the first person down here bringing it to the Valley. And
Well,
we're gonna see some more of that in the
I'll
future.
tell you, you said American cheese. I just got to say this before we probably close out this segment, though. But God damn it, man! If you guys like Cooper American cheese, there's nothing like on a half sheet pie, like on a grandma style pie or something. You take Cooper, you slice it down, put the sauce on top. Fucking phenomenal. I don't do enough to support it at my shop. We do make it, but it's one of the best pizzas I've ever eaten, hands down. I mean, there's times I crave it. I should do more videos on it. I probably will do a video on it, just making this pie, because it's as good as any pie out there. And if you're a Cooper person, which there's a shitload of people, there's people that like cheesesteaks out there.
Well, that's what just
and
happened.
eating the Cooper, and
The cheesesteaks
Try it on a pizza.
The cheesesteaks took off, so why not put it on a pizza?
I've been doing it for years. I mean, for 10 years I've been doing it.
So since, and I gotta say this, I started this, which I'm sure Sal started when he was younger, and we all did. But I started in 1985 with the pizza business through Domino's.
Yeah.
And I've learned through them. I learned through a video. I've learned through watching. But I'll tell you now, I've never been involved with Cooper cheese or anything like that.
It's good stuff.
But
Oh my God.
it's amazing.
It's really,
It
and listen,
changes.
they got yellow Cooper, they got pepper Cooper,
Yeah. Yep.
they got Cooper spread.
Jalapeno Cooper, remember
Yeah.
the Cooper spread?
Yeah.
It
I mean,
changes the
it's-
whole ballpark.
Cooper is a great cheese, and I mean, there's guys out there that use it. I use it at Biaggi's. We've used it for the last 10 years. But that's a pizza where if you one night want something that's different, get Cooper on it with sauce, oregano, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of olive oil, forget it.
So, Joe,
And
I'll
there's
ask
the word.
you,
Forget about it. It's
how
not the
do-
best. It's fucking good. I'm
How
saying
do
the
we
best.
order a pizza like that from you?
Give me a Cooper half sheet.
A Cooper
it.
half sheet?
Cooper half sheet. That's the way to eat it.
So if we call
And
I
we
say,
cut
hey,
we
Joe,
cut that cheese fresh to order. Like that. When you're ordering it, we're cutting that. We go back, boom. And
So
that's how
I'll
we
tell you
make it.
now, and you know my address has been in your phone. I called. My wife was called. I've called. Matter of fact, I got yelled at by one of your servers, and I said when Joe comes by the house,
Yeah.
I want him to drop it off. And she's like, "You motherfucker!" She goes, "I'm gonna get fired for this." No, tell Joe to drop it off. I want to make sure that next time I order, I want the
No,
Cooper.
it's a freaking great pie. It really is. I mean, it's a cheese that deserves to be on pizza.
We're gonna
All
try
right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to wrap it up
Hey,
here
listen.
in a little bit real quick. But let's just have, we're going to have some final thoughts on our topic today, social media. So, Antonio, go ahead.
Final thoughts is
On social media.
Utilize social media. End of story. If you guys are not on board, then you're not on board on anything. I'm not knocking you, but social media is a platform. It's a platform for you to extend your brand. That's what you want to do. Again, if you don't have Facebook, I'm just using Facebook I'm just using that as an example. And you start a Facebook page. Let's say by the end of 3 months, you have 600 followers. You get 1% of them. That's 6 people. Your average ticket is $30. That's $180 that you never had today. You could boost it. You can show it. You could talk about it. The more you talk about something, the more people will listen. Knowledgeable people. Utilize it. It's there. It's right under your nose. It doesn't cost much. All it costs is 15 minutes of your time a day. If you don't have 15, listen, the number one thing is you always pick up your phone and look at a text message.
Yep.
Or somebody calling you. You're always checking your phone, no matter what time of the day it is. You take 1 minute a day, 1 minute per hour, add it up. 12 hours, 12 minutes. Sit down, go to the bathroom, take a shit, go on social media, expose yourself. At the end, it will pay off. 100%. 100%. You got to be, look at Nori. Every day, this guy, Joe as well. I don't know if you do it, Jerry. Jay does it. But Nori, every day, what does he do? Hey, guys, back at back. And he shows his pizza display. You don't think he doesn't have 5, 6, 7, 8,000 followers? You don't think somebody someday is going to stop there and buy 2 slices of pizza?
Of course.
Because he does that? Of course of course.
Oh, when you guys at Biagio started with Chicago pizza and you put that up there, people are walking right in asking for it.
So do it. Utilize it. It's there. We're here to... The necessary goal here in our lives, meaning the pizza world and the restaurant world and all of it, is to provide for who? Our families. That's what it comes down to. I have to provide for... Every week I have to provide for my family. If I don't provide for them, they die.
Of course.
Okay? I need to go out every day and make that hustle and provide and do. And at the end of the week, I have to show what I did. Same thing with social media. Go out there. Extend your hand. Extend your hand and you will receive. Again, I always use the 1 to 2% rule. You got 1,000 customers, 1,000 followers, 1% is 10 people. I'm sorry. Yeah, 10 people. 10 people at $30 a clip. I'm just using that as an average. It's $300.
Well, let me add on to that. So as we close your thoughts on this, I'm 10 years out on this. And when I started Biagio's in 2013 on June 10th, it was a different mission for me. I still wake up with a vengeance every day, but the difference was when I came back in 2013, there was a lot of naysayers and things like that, just wondering, what the fuck is this guy doing? Social media came to me, and we opened up in June, and I had some situations in the hospital, and by August of that year, I started to realize, this Facebook thing that I have, this is something we could utilize. I remember the people I had around me at that time, they were saying, what are you talking about? They're telling me, they're like, well, we got to film this, and then we have to get, the cliff notes, whatever. So everything I said had to be written down because we're going to YouTube and this and that. I must have filmed 10 of those. And, at first it would be me sitting down in the chair, the guy's filming. But eventually I looked at the guy I was working with. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. This isn't spontaneous. This isn't what Facebook is. And at that time, to be quite honest with you, and I'm not tooting my horn, there was nobody doing anything on Facebook with restaurants. There wasn't. This was just something that I saw in 2013 by September. And I had enough of it, showing this, and I was like, no, we're going to do it my fucking way. And I started to look at the amount of people that were following me and grabbing onto this. And back then, Facebook wasn't what it is now. All right, Facebook, I could change the realm of my business in 2013, 14, 15 to 16 with a video. And I utilized it. I mean, I 5,000 followers, 6,000 followers. I could go online, promote something at that moment, without paying a fucking dime. So 6,000 people all of a sudden could turn into a minimum 60 calls because I was always looking for at least 1%, not 10%. And it fucking happened. And then as time changed, Facebook started to change. And then in a couple of years, I started to know. Actually, I was behind that. But the screaming, the yelling, a lot of guys, even Nori. I remember when they had the one place and I met them, I saw them. they came by and was like, man, you're screaming all over the place. I was like, you got to do the same thing. You got and not to, that's what you do. There's many guys that I have met in many places across the valley. And I remember originally back in the day, a lot of them would say, well, you want me to scream like you? It's not screaming like me. If you're looking at me saying I'm screaming, you have to sell yourself for what you have and your attributes. It may not be screaming, but like Antonia, myself, Jerry, we've done videos showing how we do stuff. It's the realm of where you have to go to now. And the other realm is, the shame of it is Facebook wants money.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they want. They want that $10, $20, $30.
Yep.
Otherwise, you got to keep making videos. And you don't stay stagnant, but they're restricting the amount of volume you can have. That's my perspective on it. You know, algorithm, whatever you want to call it, there's something going on. All right, it's a business. But at the end of the day, the amount of money you're going to spend is less than you'd be spending on a billboard. It's less than you'd be spending in a newspaper. It's less, and at the end of the month, your advertising budget isn't going to blow your ass up over $1,000.
Correct.
Yep.
And you're going to reach a lot of people. So, I'm not tooting my horn. I don't want to say, I was one of the foremost runners. And a lot of these guys that were in this business, how many of these guys, when I would go to the food shows, the international show from 2013 on, talk to him. I'm in Vegas. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Chicago. I'm in wherever the fuck I'm at on some kind of intervention. I'm talking to people saying, do this, do that. What do you do? Do this. I never held back, and I'll still never hold back. I'm not saying I'm the number one guy at doing this. I do what I do my way. And everything I've ever done is I forge ahead. I'm in a storm. The Huskies are in front of me. I'm on a sled, and it's mush. That's how I look at it. Everything else behind me, I got to get to the end of that tunnel. And I'm not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there yet, but this is part of it. I've gotten to a point where I can stop making a video for a period of time, then start back in, and then you chime back in. Thank God, because of the years I've done it. But many of you still need to get on board and not be embarrassed about it, but do with your personality and with what you have, show what you have, because everybody's buying good product. Nobody wants to serve shit. So portray that to your customers and the people driving through that area. And that's it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I'm going to do my final thought actually on the consumer side of it. Don't be a dick. You use the internet for good things. If you go to a place, you have some good food, give them a good review. But you know what? You have a bad day. You go to that small business. They have a tough enough time as it is. Guy wrote today about his garlic knots. They were burned. He's never going back. You know what? It would have been so much easier for him to call the shop, let the shop fix it, and then post a post about the shop fixing it and what a great job the shop did.
100%.
So don't be a dick.
And that would have taken a mindset. But people without a spine don't have that fucking mindset.
That would be a good shirt.
That
PizzaFellas podcast on the back. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, that would have been a 60-second fix.
That would be a fucking great shirt.
That guy in 60 seconds could have called that shop and said, hey, you know what? I had some burned food. Oh, come on in. We'll give you some more for free. And then most likely they're going to go in. They're going to get something else thrown in for free. And then they could put up a post saying how great that shop was. So, again, don't be a dick. Let's see. Angry Jerry's up next.
So you know what? So Oliver brought his attention to this, and he's right. So because I listened to him, I lost track of where I'm at, what I wanted to say. But to be honest with you, he's right, and so is Joe. So, it's a matter of what you present to people, and you want them to come forward. You know what I mean? You can make a mistake, you could correct things, you could do this, you could that, but bottom line, at the end of the day, you want people to be your customer. You want to treat them with respect. You want to make the right product. You want to do the right thing. You want to get it going. If you make a mistake, let me know. We'll fix it. If we can't, we'll do our best. We try. That's what we want.
Jay, any last words?
Can I just interject this one story, and then Jay, go. All right, this is a real good story about a customer who actually allowed a situation to occur because he came back. And this guy, I'm going to say this. This guy was one of the head people of an electronics company here stationed in the Valley. He ate at Michelin restaurants across the world. All right, and why I know this is because he then explained it to me at a later date. So it's probably September, October, 2013. And he's a customer to this day, and he's retired. And he's a wonderful human being. And I never knew who this man was until about 2019. And we were at a local watering hole, but I'll get to that quick. So he comes in, he orders his dinner. Whatever happens, pasta was wrong, dessert was wrong. We screwed up. The server absolutely, who took the order, did not address it in the correct way, went to the kitchen. He leaves, goes out to the car, checks his food, comes in, and he's irate. And I'm like right there. I'm making pizza. And all of a sudden, I see him at the counter with the food. I jump out, and I'm like, sir, what's the matter? He goes, and he was pretty stern. He was like, I'm not pleased, X, Y, and Z. And I was like, calm down for a moment. I said, please, do me a favor. Allow me. I yelled to my son. He was back in the kitchen cooking. I said, Salvatore, and we were small. It wasn't a double shop right now. It was the 2,000 square foot side. I said, Sal, come here right away. He's by expediting window too. So he saw what was going on. I said, listen, Mike, you got to just allow me to repair this. I said, just please, trust in what I'm saying. I can get this right. We'll have it out for you in less than 5 minutes. And he's like, no. I said, please, allow me, sir. Well and behold, he allows me. Sal goes back in the kitchen, comes out with his food. I check it with him. He goes, all right, everything. I said, and listen, the food that you have, maybe you have some guests tonight, give them that, and here's your money back for everything. He's like, no. I said, listen, it's the least you could allow me to do. Apparently, we really screwed up here. So whatever was done on my team, allow me to make it correct. From that, we formed a relationship. Had never any idea of what's to come. Me and my wife are sitting at this watering hole we go to, a nice restaurant. Actually, I could give them a shout out because it's a great place to go, 3501 Grill. Great restaurant, great family, good place.
Johnny's place.
Yeah, Johnny, you got it. Great place. He has 2 places here in the Valley, but if you get a chance, support him. Great people. We're sitting there, all of a sudden, who comes in is this gentleman and his wife who we're friends with. We're talking, we're sitting down. They ended up buying us a drink. And I was like, no, you don't have to do that. No. And then he goes, he was actually coming from an event, and he was more in a relaxed mode because he's a true business guy. And doing what he did with this electronic company internationally, he's quite a human being. And he brought up that story of that day, which I was thinking to myself, oh, my God, he's a little bit relaxed right now. I guess I'm going to get it handed to me, but that's okay. But he said to me, he goes, at that moment, that day, he goes, I've traveled around the world. He says, I've eaten at some of the greatest Michelin 500 restaurants? Michelin 500 restaurants, some of the most phenomenal places you could ever eat. He goes, and I can tell you one thing, the greatest service I ever got in the top 10 in my entire life was at your restaurant that day, and that's why I'll always come back to you. And at that moment, I was like, wow. I was like, thank you. And then my wife is talking, and all of a sudden says, well, he's so-and-so from this company. I was like, ugh. I mean, I was like, I had no clue ever who I was dealing with. You would never know. I just thought he was a guy dressed in a great suit, but we became, till this day, I just saw him last week. He was by. But that's what you just don't know. That's the friendships that you can create. And the moments of interaction, if a person allows you to be the right person as a consumer, you're going to see some genuine things from the right operator.
Yeah.
And that's what consumers have to learn from.
Yep.
So, that's a take on, and that's a story that you always say, want a story? That's a great story. And that's not to toot my hat. It's just that there's all of us here will do that at any time.
Correct your issue, they should appreciate it. And he did.
In a way that's beyond.
You did a great job.
Go ahead, Jack.
Well, it's kind of hard to follow up with all you guys. Y'all hit the nail on the head. We saw a little bit of every aspect of utilizing social media advertising. For myself, I bring 36 years worth of experience into the advertising industry. I owned and operated a printing company for 36 years. So I'm very versed with direct mail advertising. I'm very versed with towards the interwebs, towards the end of my career, social media advertising. But how I utilize social media advertising, I guess I could, the same way all you guys are utilizing it for, but I utilize it as to be sincere. I show my real products. I'm real. I don't use fake images. I showcase my own real products. And when I do my videos, it's whether I'm answering I had a very good friend of mine that told me, don't read the reviews. And it took me a long time to understand that. Because I think
I'm going to
a lot of
interrupt
things
you.
are hard.
Is that good friend sitting here right now?
He is.
Yes, he is.
My friend Sal over there from
Yeah,
Biagio, he
correct.
told me, he
Correct.
says, Jay, I was watching your video the other day. I'm going to tell you something. Don't read your reviews. But I take things to heart. And this is what I utilize social
We do
media
too,
for.
Jay.
Everybody
We do too,
takes things to
everybody.
heart.
But you can't
okay?
allow
No, it's a
stupid.
thought process
Whether
to
it's
come
answering
about.
a customer's complaint or answering whatever the situation may be, we all take that to heart. And that was the hardest thing for me not to do. So recently, I had stopped reading a lot of our reviews. And there's not a whole lot that are negative. That's not what I'm saying.
You have
But when I
200
come
good,
live-
you have one bad, and the one you don't sleep on is the one bad.
Exactly.
They're not worth the time.
And it's the old saying, if you're not doing something right, you're not going to be talked about.
You have to.
Period.
It's that way life
But when I
works.
come live, I'm coming live from in my heart, and I'm presenting my true inner feelings, and I think that's what the viewers like to see on
100%.
social. And I'm utilizing social media for that to show exactly how I feel to this reaction.
Yeah.
You know, we used the screw incident before on an earlier segment on what happened to us. I did a live video after that to make an answer towards that allocation. It was true heartfelt. And
Oh, yeah,
that's
you
the way
could
I
see it
use
when you did it.
social
You could see it
media.
when you did it.
We all use social media for everything that every one of you guys said. But for me, that's the way I utilize our social media. I utilize it to showcase our food, not stock images, and also to show what type of a company we are and the heart-filled message that we deliver. Antonio nailed it right on the head as far as all the statistics with utilizing social media to get your name out, your percentages, your returns, and all that
Sure.
stuff. But in the long run, it's getting your name out there multiple times and hitting multiple times, and that comes from people sharing your post and getting that. Whether you're boosting your post or you have your
Yeah, you get free
customers
sharing.
sharing your
Yeah,
post,
they got
you're
their
going to
own
get more
page.
out of your customers sharing your
Yep.
post
Yep.
because it's coming from their friends to their friends to their friends, and everyone believes their friends.
You hit those
right?
customers quicker.
But anyway, on behalf of myself, I love you guys.
Oh,
Thank
love
you
you
very
too,
much
Joe.
for having us.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
think
wanna-
you guys are going to be
wanna thank you
phenomenal with
guys.
this. What a great situation you guys got going on
Thank
here.
you, Jay.
And I'm
We-
glad to be part of it.
Last words, real quick, Jay from Caddy Corner. We got Jerry Coppola from The Crust. We will wrap it up here now. My last words on this whole thing is, hey, you know, these guys all have more experience than me in this business. I'm the young guy here, except for Oliver. He's part of the social media.
Oliver's dick.
Big dick.
But a couple things quick. One thing I noticed is social media wise, all these independent pizza shops, again, main thing, like Antonio said, take 12, 15 minutes out of your week.
It's an
You'll
hour
be-
and 15
hour
minutes,
and-
5 days.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll grow your sales. It will help you out a lot. Second, to the consumers out there, remember, like we said, I'm probably going to try these shirts once my guy comes back in. I'm going to get PizzaFellas Plaza. Don't be a dick, okay? That's a great fucking slogan. Don't be a dick, guys. We all love you. We appreciate the customers coming into our restaurant, supporting all our businesses. We want to provide you with the highest quality of food, highest quality of service. But if something happens, you got to realize, you know, we are not fully staffed sometimes. Most of these people, we do make mistakes just like
patient.
everyone else. Be patient, and we'll correct it for you. And the third thing is, like Jay said, you know, when my dad and other people do videos, Angry Jerry and Jay, all that stuff, they're coming from their heart. You know, when they do it, you see the passion in them. We talked about that in the first episode. You see the love, the heart feel they have for their customers and their family, you know, because when you attack them, you're not only attacking them, you're attacking their family, their business, and their employees that work for them 40-plus hours a week. So, again, you know what? Realize this. We all love our customers. We all love all the reviews. Hey, my number one tip, like I told Jay, when you get to a certain point and you have a certain amount of followers and people come back and they're doing reviews off these videos, you know, it happens all the time with my dad, and Jay gets his too. Don't read the comments. Don't read the reviews. Because at the end of the day,
A troll is a troll.
A troll's a troll. 200 likes, and you have one guy. You're not going to sleep, and you're going to drink an extra bottle of whiskey.
Listen,
It ain't worth it.
they vicariously
Yeah.
live through our life.
And-
You know what I mean? And they don't have a life of their
To
own.
all the other independent pizza shops, like we always say, no news is bad news. Bad news is good news. Okay? You want to be talked about no matter what. If it's bad or good publicity, bad or good publicity is always good for your shop. So, as we go on, a quick shout out here.
All right, so listen, to finish up, second podcast, Pizza Fellas. Don't forget, October 1st and 2nd, Atlantic City. We're going to be in the Northeast Pizza and Pasta Expo. All right, so booth 419, Internet, my man Justin Corsa here. We're going to be spinning the wheel, giving away bourbon every hour. We're going to be filming from there, Pizza Fellas at booth 419, doing interviews and going live. Today, we're going to be spinning the bourbon. Are we doing a giveaway today?
Yeah, online we'll do it.
Online we're going to do it because we're getting up there with some followers, which is really good.
But we got to spin the wheel.
We also, the first episode will be edited and out later next week. Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, follow us on it. But please, don't forget, booth 419, Internet, my man Justin Corsa. I mean, guys, if you're not using them, get on board with them. One of the best places you could ever go. It's seamless. It's awesome. They make everything.
And it helps you with your social media.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Definitely. So,
Big time.
Are we spending this now?
Yeah, let's
Support local.
Support local.
Support local. Here we go.
What do we got?
What do we got? What we land on?
Eagle Rare.
Again?
No,
Oh,
Buffalo
no.
Trace last week,
Okay.
Eagle Rare this week. So we got the
Very nice.
Eagle Rare bottle here. Okay. I just
Very
bought a
good.
bunch of these. This thing I love. I wish I could take a shot of it right now. I have a bottle right now. Hold on. Before we leave, we're going to take a shot of one.
All right.
Oh boy, here we go.
4119.
Let's go.
419.
Bring it out.
419.
This is
That's the
bottle.
booth at the Northeast Pizza Expo. Don't forget it.
Pass it around, buddy. Pass it around.
Oh, and real quick, just to throw it out there before we end, I know how you guys, you see Antonio getting at Oliver and Jerry. It's not a show. This happens all the time when we hang out. There's
day.
always
You want some?
arguments. So it's fun. It's all love. We all love each other, but it is. That's how it is all the time.
We bust
all day.
We bust balls.
We bust balls, but
We bust balls here.
Bust balls, but love it.
Everyone got one.
I just have to see one thing. Hold on, Sal. I want to see something.
What do we got?
It's still small,
He's
Antonio.
fucking wearing Hey Dudes again with socks.
It's still small, Antonio.
But why?
Ankles. You gotta get Hey Dude socks, dude.
Yeah, you gotta get the hate.
What the-
Hate. Oh, with the high socks.
Look
I
at
came
the
right
high
from work.
socks.
I came right from work.
Yeah.
You came right from work, my ass.
Because it's fucking December out.
Yeah, he wears them on the football field too. You know that, right?
He's in the bed.
Jay knew
At
this was
practice,
coming.
I saw it.
Well,
Well, cheers. Salute, guys.
Cheers. Pizza Fellas podcast too.
Thank you again to Jerry and Jay.
and go see Villa Grande and Bath.
Yes, go
Yes,
see Villa
Nori.
Grande. Nori.
Fonnie, go see him.
He'll be up
Nori,
here.
let's go. And when the time comes, get your shit together and come to the house, bro, with the rest of us.
Oh, there it is.
He'll
All
be
right,
here.
guys. Thank you.
Have a
We'll
good
see you
one.
again.
It's a Pizza Fellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe. Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizza Fellas.